Good evening, my darling batlings. I hope everyone's had a wonderful day. Glad to see you there, Iron. Nice and early, as usual. I'm joined tonight by Nico Belmont, and JKR might be joining us later after he finishes his schoolwork. Got a message from him saying that.
Nice.
As you probably noticed, we're not doing Saturn Symphony of the Night tonight because I did a coin toss to decide whether we did Symphony of the Night or Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, and Twin Snakes won the coin toss. So we'll be playing that on actual GameCube hardware. I do have a copy of this game, which I was lucky to pick it up before GameCube prices skyrocketed. I got it for $50, complete in box.
That's actually pretty good, but yeah, next time we'll do Symphony.
Yeah, we're definitely doing Symphony next week. Or, not tomorrow, but, the week starting tomorrow.
Well, yeah, no, you already have something planned for tomorrow.
Tomorrow's reminder, tomorrow's going to be community night for Sonic Racing Crossworlds, so I'm excited for that.
Also, I want to thank everybody who showed up on Friday for the D&D session. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah,
we went on for
hello
a very
there,
long
JKR.
time.
I see you there in chat. Yeah, I saw your message
JKR.
and addressed that just a few seconds ago. You're free to join us once you've finished your homework.
No sooner or later, mister.
We'll be doing Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, which I have a bit of history with, in that it was my introduction to the Metal Gear franchise. I was aware of Metal Gear Solid throughout reading video game magazines, but one that stuck out to me was, a magazine I was obsessed with was called Tips and Tricks. And they had a whole guide in one issue, which I have a digital scan of downloaded, for Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, which was the GameCube remake of Metal Gear Solid 1. And it looked so cool to me. So, I asked my mom, hey, can we go to Blockbuster after school to rent a game? Because we usually did that, once a week. Back when Blockbuster was in more than just one location on Earth.
I miss Blockbuster.
We all do. And I went there, and I saw that it was M-rated, and my mom was, kinda iffy about me playing M-rated games, because she thought they were all, either scary guts and gore stuff, or, Grand Theft Auto. So I convinced her to let me play it as long as I turned the blood off, because there was an option for that. And I rented it, I played it, I did not get very far in it, because I didn't understand the concept of it being a stealth game rather than a shooter.
Yeah.
And I would later further broaden my horizons in Metal Gear years down the line when I first played Metal Gear Solid 3 after a Halo 3 tournament. But I've told that story already, I believe. And tonight's subject isn't Metal Gear Solid 3, it is Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. So let's switch on over to the game screen, where I've got the Swiss menu open on my modded GameCube. Because the problem with playing, old disc-based games is those lasers are starting to wear out.
Yeah, those laser things inside of there are they're moderately expensive to replace, but they're very finicky.
Yeah, and I don't have anything that I need to do that. Also, Swiss allows me to force games to run in 480p for a sharper picture. So that's another reason I use Swiss.
As for me with Metal Gear Solid 1, I was introduced to the game through my dad, because when my dad married my mom back in 2001, it was 2001, 2002, he had a PlayStation, well, PS2 rather, and he had the PS1 Metal Gear Solid. And I was very curious about it, because he would occasionally let me play his PS2 until I got one in 2003 as my 13th birthday gift. And like Ari here, I did not understand the concept of Metal Gear Solid, at least in the 3D aspect of it, because it was I played NES Metal Gear Solid. And
Yeah,
all I did was just
NES
run up
Metal
and punch
Gear.
everything. Well, NES Metal Gear, but yeah, I ran up and punch everything because I was just like, you know what, just kill them. But then when I played Solid, I was like, oh god, I keep dying. The furthest I've even gotten was Sniper Wolf, and that was it. And I
Keep
was
in
like,
mind, you
yep.
fight Sniper Wolf twice.
I know, the first encounter.
Okay, yeah, that is a hard encounter.
Yeah, I was saying first encounter. You expect me to get to the second encounter when
So
I'm like
you did. So
11 or
you
12
did
years
not
old.
make it to the second disc then.
No, I did
you were
not,
like
because-
you were like one after that boss fight. You would have gotten to the torture sequence.
Yeah, because like a dumbass, I wasted all my ammo because I thought, hey, shoot first, ask questions later, instead of just like breaking people's necks and knocking them out.
All right, let's boot up the game. Stop the Mario rap music.
I was gonna say, not as good as Spring Yard Zone, but okay.
Yeah, this is by trying to remember what this artist's name is. T-Dub, I think.
Oh, speaking of Mario, real quick, on GameCube, someone made a Luigi's Mansion randomizer.
Yep.
Yeah, it's they randomized. They hid all the keys in the mansion. They locked all the doors. Items are randomized. You have to search every object in every room to find something. So you're never locked out, but you have to search everything.
Okay, so it's always completable, but you have to look in places that you normally wouldn't.
Exactly, and the vacuum is upgradable 5 times.
Okay. I'm going to have to turn down the capture card volume, because holy shit, is that droning sound very loud.
Yeah, and I learned of this randomizer from attacking toucans and watching his stuff, and it seems very interesting. It's a shame. I really would love to have tried it, because I played Luigi's Mansion so many times, and it seemed like a very fun challenge. And there's many ways you could, like, make it harder or whatever. Like, you can actually make it to where you get soft locked if you're not careful.
Now, if as for Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes, it's a complete from the ground up remake of Metal Gear Solid 1, adhering to Metal Gear Solid 1's layouts, but with gameplay and AI improvements carried over from Metal Gear Solid 2. And a re-recorded English dub featuring a couple voice actor changes, really only one voice actor change now that I think about it. And a slightly revised script.
I was gonna say, they also add like some Nintendo references you can interact.
Yes, they did, and we'll point those out as we come across them.
Okay.
They're mostly reserved for one room, and it's the room where you fight the cyborg ninja and meet Otacon.
Yeah, it's like a couple of statues or figurines you can shoot.
Yeah.
You're to rescue DARPA Chief Donald Anderson
and also has a new soundtrack. Like, it features some songs from the original, but it also features some new tracks. And the cutscenes have also been redone by a new cutscene director to be more like you know, a high-octane Japanese action movie with lots of, like, bullet time and matrix dodges. It's wild.
I mean, this is also fitting because even though we're not playing Symphony of the Night tonight, we're still playing a very good Konami.
Yeah, a Konami game that asks if you've played Symphony of the Night in the original version. In this one, it looks for Nintendo and Silicon Knights games. So, like, you know, first-party Nintendo titles and Eternal Darkness.
after the SDV gets as close as it can. Dispose of it. From there on, you'll have to swim.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. The GameCube, this version, it had 2 discs as well, right? Or was it just one?
Yes, it came on 2 discs, but the point where you swap them is different.
There are 6 members of Fox.
Okay.
You swapped earlier in the GameCube version.
Psycho Mantis with his powerful psycho abilities. Sniper Wolf, the beautiful and deadly sharpshooter.
Sniper Wolf, back before that name was tainted forever by a mediocre e-girl.
Giant and Shaman.
Yeah.
And Revolver Ocelot, specialist in
Never forget. Rest in peace.
finally, in charge
At least the name.
Yeah.
Foxhound Squad, Liquid Snake. Liquid Snake.
There's also a difference in, this game properly credits the voice actors, whereas, in the PS1 version, everyone except for David Hayter was credited under a pseudonym. Because they weren't sure if, it would violate union, rules or not to work on a video game.
Yeah.
But since that's cleared up now, the GameCube version properly credits everyone. Psycho Mantis is in there, huh? Looks like we're gonna see what's in your GameCube memory card. Yeah, this is the game that Psycho Mantis debuted in, or rather the PS1 version is, but he's in this too. And they expanded on his psychic trickery by having him cause some hallucinations as well, which we'll see.
Yes. We see you've played 700 hours of Pikmin. We did not know this, but you did.
And some of the characters that had accents in the PS1 version don't have accents anymore. Because the accents were an embellishment of the English dub that wasn't intended to be part of the characters. So this is more in line with how the characters are like lore accurate.
Now, I have a question for you. You did not format your GameCube memory card, did you?
You cannot without external tools, so no.
Okay, good.
This memory card has all of my files on it from my childhood as well as recent years.
All right, so we're gonna learn things. Ready, everybody?
Yeah, it doesn't bring up every game that you've played, but it does bring up specific titles that it looks for.
What's this? What's this? You played Sonic Dating Sim Simulator? I'm just joking.
Let's check it. Oh, I see you like to play BMX XXX, don't you? You've got shit taste in games, Snake. Let's check out the briefing first, because the briefing is different in this one. They actually rendered it in-engine instead of using Yoji Shinkawa's artwork.
I should have known you were behind this, Colonel.
Yeah, because they're like in a room or whatever before the whole mission plays out.
Yeah, in the original PS1 version, it was basically an animatic. But in this one, it's like 3D models.
That's what you call sending armed soldiers after me?
And also fixes a continuity error in the original PS1 version, which implied that Snake was a natural blonde.
I'm retired from Foxhound.
Just due to how the shading on him was in that scene, it made him look like a blonde, even though it's monochromatic. And also, like, a line that was added in the English dub that said that he's going to have to dye his hair so he doesn't look like Liquid.
Oh, God.
Whereas we see here, no, he's a natural brunette.
The unit's chief medic, an expert in gene therapy.
Does Psycho Mantis even recognize Capcom games? No, he wouldn't, because this is a Konami game. He only looks for first-party Nintendo titles released before this game came out, so that would be basically like Luigi's Mansion, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Smash Bros. Melee. Not all of them, just certain ones.
Yeah, Mario Party 4.
Mario Party 4.
Came out.
5 hours ago.
And the one Silicon Knights title, which Silicon Knights developed this version, that was on GameCube, which was Eternal Darkness.
There's also Pikmin.
Yeah, Pikmin.
They've presented Washington with a single demand, and they say that if it...
I'm showing the briefing not just to show the graphical differences, but also because the briefing contains a lot of details that you otherwise miss if you just start the game.
I'm gonna be real with you.
Nuclear weapon?
Back then when the GameCube first came out, I understand like PS2 and Xbox were there, but here's the thing.
First...
But back when that came out, like I was very excited for GameCube because I think it was Luigi's Mansion and Smash Bros. Melee that got me to buy a GameCube. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play this game. I wanted to.
Duty hostages.
Secondly, you're to investigate whether or not the terrorists have the ability to launch a nuclear strike and stop them if they do. Any questions, Snake?
Also, since this is the first time that Irons tuned into one of my Metal Gear streams from, like, earlier in the timeline where we're focusing on Solid Snake. If Colonel Campbell's voice sounds familiar to you, yes, that is Grandpa Max from Ben 10. Good old, Paul Lighting, who I have an autograph from. Not on a Metal Gear thing, or, like, a thing for the convention he was at, which was a Transformers convention. I can thank JKR for getting me it. He autographed my copy of the obscure, shitty PS1 fighting game, Evil Zone.
I will say this, though, in Smash Bros. Brawl, David Hayter and Roy Campbell did a very good job with the whole, briefing of the Smash characters.
Yeah.
About the nuclear weapon disposal facility.
My favorite one is the one between them of Luigi, where he goes
underground base. Even with our
where he goes, what? You cut out.
Intelligence gathering equipment.
Where he goes Lale Lule Lo.
Oh yeah, that's a reference to, like, the then ongoing storyline in the Solid Snake timeline, where Lale Lule Lo is, like, okay, so, like, from Metal Gear Solid 2 onwards, all the soldiers have nanomachines in them.
Well,
okay.
They're used for, like, you know, regulating body status, being able to monitor the status of your soldiers, preventing people from just stealing weapons and
within a few miles of it.
And using them on the battlefield.
Basically overall upgrades.
Yeah, by Metal Gear Solid 4, it's like all the soldiers in the world use it. And it also allows for codec transmissions without having to, like, speak verbally, so it's more discreet.
Only this has no
Lale Lule Lo is a thing put in by the Patriots who set up the entire nanomachine control system. Where if you try to say the name of the Patriots organization, the nanomachines kick in and force you to instead say Lale Lule Lo instead of the Patriots.
Covers the whole island.
Okay, because that would mean Smash Bros. Brawl would have taken place between certain events for
sneaking mission
for Metal Gear Solid then.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 was the most recent game at the time, but features a younger Solid Snake from his Metal Gear Solid 2 design.
Don't expect any official support.
Iron says he hasn't watched Ben 10. I think, you know, I keep forgetting, like, what generation has seen what show, because, you know, I don't talk to young people all that much. I'm an old fuck.
Well, I am too.
What's the time limit?
24 hours. They say they'll launch after 24 hours.
Do they say what the target will be?
So far, they haven't mentioned the target.
I also have an autograph from the Cyborg Ninja's voice actor in this game. It's not the same voice actor that was in the PS1 version. He's one of the few that was recast. In this one, instead of Greg Eagles, who you might know as the Grim Reaper, it is Rob Paulson.
Yakko Warner, basically.
Yakko Warner. Or, if you've been tuning into recent streams of mine from this past month, Bubsy.
Good lord.
For a couple games and the pilot. And, you know, his other totally favorite role, not one that he's openly talked about how much he hates and that he only did it for the paycheck and he hates the show that it's from, too. Coconut Fred from Coconut Fred's Fruit Salad Island.
I still can't get over that was an actual show.
It's lost media, by the way. Not all the episodes are available in English, because it never got a home media release. Most of the episodes you can watch nowadays are only available in Spanish.
Naturally, I'm
gonna take a berry-flavored Ricola real quick.
Ooh, berry flavored. I mostly haven't watched it because the only time I had access to certain channels, I think, was when I was on vacation. Hotel room TVs had channels that had interesting cartoons.
So there's
okay.
Crap hitting fans in the White House basement.
But yeah, it's like a triple berry Ricola with a little bit of lavender for the throat.
Meanwhile, my caffeine of
That's
choice
a real
tonight
nuclear
is
warhead. Shouldn't they issue a
popsicle grape
COG?
flavored
Not
C4,
yet.
as well
The
as my usual
Secretary of Defense
coffee.
has operational control, and if
Yeah, I had I just finished
after you infiltrate,
a Naruto Sage Mode G Fuel. The other one I have is Peach Rings for Sonic, but that's for tomorrow.
Well, if they haven't relocated to the nuclear shelter under Mount Washington, I suppose there isn't that much reason to worry. Yet. Is the National Security Agency in on this?
yes, and so is the DIA, the Defense Intelligence Agency.
The DIA? I'm starting to get a bad feeling about this.
They'll be
Even to this day, I'm still getting bugged by a few friends of mine to do a Metal Gear
You're a weapons specialist.
of
To do a Metal Gear what?
a nuclear weapons specialist. Has
to do a Metal Gear cosplay, like Metal Gear Solid character.
Yeah, I know people probably want you to cosplay Big Boss because eye patch.
Well, yeah, Big Boss, Raiden.
One that I just thought of, since at conventions nowadays you're wheeled around in a wheelchair, ease of transport, right?
Zero.
I wasn't gonna say Zero. I was going to say the End,
Maybe.
because there is a scene where he's wheeled around in a wheelchair.
Fair. It just depends on what I'm
There's
probably
also
gonna
Huey.
do. I mean,
You could do Huey Emmerich, Otacon's dad. He's in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, his debut. He's in like his own custom wheelchair that can go up and down stairs. And then in Metal Gear Solid 5, he's got like bionic attachments to his legs that let him walk.
I mean, if worst comes to shove, I'll probably if I had to pick one, I'd probably just do Big Boss.
Backup
Okay.
from a specialist. I'm
Just
an
either
amateur.
Big Boss or just Snake, because
I know. That's why.
well, mainly no Big Boss, because people already make fun of me for that. Like as soon as
providing you backup by code.
I had my left eye removed or whatever, one of my friends on
Female analyst?
Discord said looking good, boss, or like some line that they said in Metal Gear Solid 5.
team.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so my nickname's Big Boss now? And he's like, yeah. And then one of my other friends was like, I'll be your Otacon. I'm like, oh my
Where's she
god, you
working
guys just
from?
stop it.
Her home in Los Angeles.
California. California's a lot different than this place.
If you wanted to get crazy with the cosplay, you could also do Cyborg Raiden from Metal Gear Rising.
That's what people want me to do. And I'm like, look, if you guys commission the cosplay and buy it, I'll do it. But I don't think I'm gonna get that lucky with Cyborg Raiden.
Colonel, you're retired. Why are you involved in this?
Because there aren't many people who know Foxhound.
I just realized if I did Raiden, then I could literally just take a picture with my life-size Gardevoir who's named Rosemary,
Yes, you could. Oh my god.
Even though I'm getting.
and it would be very, very fitting in a way.
Yes.
Like,
The better
Like,
Rosemary.
behold.
Better than the Rosemary from Metal Gear.
Tell me the real reason.
yes, Rosemary the Gardevoir is best Rosemary. Very good girl.
Because nobody likes Rosemary from Metal Gear.
Oh, hell no. Then again, the only Metal Gear game I fully completed was Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriot.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 is what cemented people not liking Rosemary, because the whole thing of like,
My knee.
she broke up with Raiden after all that he went through in Metal Gear Solid 2, because she couldn't, deal with him having to face his childhood trauma, and then hooked up with fucking Colonel Campbell.
Oh my god. I'm just gonna say this. Like, Raiden could have done it deserves a lot better, because again,
I
if you
mean, they
love
do
someone-
get back together, and it's revealed that like her and Campbell's entire marriage was a cover up, but like she didn't need to leave Raiden in the dark about any of that, including the fact
Well, no.
that she had a kid with Raiden.
Well, yeah, that makes it even worse, because here's the thing. I'm sure like the whole cover-up thing was necessary, but here's the thing though. Leaving someone for like that trauma or like any kind of mental or physical ailment that they're dealing with if you love somebody, you're by them to thick and thin till the end, unless
The irony also
Otherwise-
being that she's a fucking counselor.
And my niece was one of those.
Yes, that too.
Replacement.
And it's just, look, if you love someone really like a lot, you stand by them and support them, and they do the same. That is literally
She's my
it.
little brother's girl.
At least that's how it should work.
Yeah.
And since
But no,
Iron
Rosemary
said-
decides.
Iron says,
Go
isn't
ahead.
Rosemary also the name of Tails' mother in the Archie comics? I'm not sure.
Yes,
Very soul-
yes, it is. Rosemary Prower is the name of Tails' mother canonically.
Also,
At
hi,
least,
Kier.
Officially. Hi, Kier.
I'm your friend.
But no, Rosemary. I actually do like Rosemary Prower. Like she was a good character.
I've
I liked her.
been his friend since the fall of Zanzibar land.
Zanzibar Land.
Yeah, that was the setting of Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, which is now more readily available thanks to the Master Collection.
Yeah, because it was originally on the MSX.
Yeah, and didn't get an English translation until Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, the
All right.
updated re-release of Metal Gear Solid 3, came out on PS2.
Them.
1.
Speaking of the MSX, I was fortunate enough before I lost my vision to play Vampire Killer,
Only accept
Oh, cool.
directly from you, Colonel.
and
Involved, okay?
it's a lot easier than Castlevania
It
1.
was called.
It's a lot easier.
What?
Here says, fun snake fact, there's a wine made with cobra venom in India. Heard it's spicy.
Anymore.
Oh boy,
Just a retired old warhorse.
that
Look, I know alcohol is a poison of the mind, but it doesn't need a poison of the mind and body, but it doesn't need to be that literally.
Look, I am intrigued yet terrified, but here's the thing. Unfortunately, I would not be able to try it because as a diabetic, one, I can't drink, and two, I don't like alcohol in general.
All right, I'm not going to go over all of the briefings because
Controls,
otherwise we'll be here for like an hour before starting the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of dialogue.
Yeah.
So,
Colonel, I'm off duty now. Let me go back to Twin Lakes.
Oh, they put the actual cobra in the bottle.
Your life in Alaska, all that.
oh, okay.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen that.
Next Saturday, I have to be in Anchorage.
All right, guys, this is it. No death run. Perfect run. We got this, boys.
This is also a bit of Solid Snake lore that's often forgotten about. He owns 50 Huskies during the
Your dog.
time skip between Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear Solid. He
I'm sorry.
quit being a soldier, moved to Alaska, and became a dog musher, and took in 50 Huskies.
Even if I do owe
See, I remember the Huskies part, and I gotta say,
this country.
lucky motherfucker's got a bunch of floofy boys and girls.
And he was going to compete in the Iditarod.
I'm no patriot.
You're being indicted by
The Iditarod is very, very tense and very, very difficult.
during your days as an agent.
Oh, I see. Blackmail.
No, Snake. It's just a little scheme the brass thought up. But anyway, I know you. You'd take this assignment even without any threat.
What's that supposed to mean?
You are a natural-born soldier. You can't live a normal life in peace.
You dragged me.
It's
You
the
had me
same for all of
kidnapped
us
and
who've
taken
seen
away
real
from my
action.
Huskies. Who's going to feed the Huskies?
Truly alive is on the battlefield.
If any of those Huskies die, it's on you, Roy.
Know those feelings of powerlessness, frustration that you feel every day?
It's going to take my 50 Huskies on walkies while I'm doing this.
Race dogs in the snow forever. Why don't you come
I
back
actually
to us and be
I actually
soldier again?
petted my. I actually gave my Husky pets today. Dakota was being cute.
Good. You should always give your dogs pets. My mom
I always
was visiting her fiance today and took Olive with her. Well, visiting all weekend and took Olive with her, and they went to the
Yeah.
beach and took Olive out on the beach because Olive loves
Aw.
the beach.
Yeah, Dakota. Today. Decided. I decided to pet him, and then when I asked him to give me a hug or like a kiss or whatever, he just lowered his. He arched his he lifted his butt up and lowered his head, and he went like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Okay, don't talk back to me like that." And then he turns around, expecting me to give him a butt scratch, and I'm like, "Really?" Of course, I gave him one.
All right, game is beginning.
All right then. Time to snap some necks.
You'll also probably notice that when I say that certain characters lost their accents, specifically Naomi and Mei Ling lost their accents. Technically Psycho Mantis did too, but his accent was very inconsistent to begin with.
I will say this: I do like Naomi Hunter as a character throughout the Metal Gear series. She has a little bit to her that I find interesting.
She's a great character, but she's a horrible person.
Well, yeah, she's a horrible person. I'm not going to justify it.
Yeah.
But I do love like how complex her character is.
Stay alert. He'll be through here. I know it. I'm going to swap down a couple of
Like, she's one of those characters you can love to hate.
Yeah, just like Liquid Snake. Speaking of,
Yep.
as Cam Clark as Liquid Snake, who some of you might know other than Metal Gear Solid. You know him as the original Leonardo, and as the sort of backup voice actor for like video games and direct-to-video projects for adult Simba.
Oh God.
And also as the rich guy from Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. You know, the rich guy that you think is going to be part of a villainous plot, but no, he's actually just a nice dude.
I haven't seen Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer in a long ass time. I think the last time I saw that it was when it was on Cartoon Network.
You know, when they would air it every fucking Christmas.
loud and clear.
Yeah,
Like 5 times a day.
Looks like the
Yeah, along with like the Flintstone Christmas. They did the Pac-Man Christmas one as well, I remember.
But make sure nobody sees you. If you need
Yeah, they did like a Pac-Man Christmas.
Yeah, I remember the
cartoon.
Pac-Man Christmas special.
140.8
That one I liked. I mean, it was goofy, but I loved it.
pause button.
It was a Hanna-Barbera show. Of course it was going to be goofy.
Contact you. The codec will be.
Oh yeah.
When you hear that noise, press the pause button and then the A button to receive the call.
Yeah, since there's no select button on a GameCube controller, they had to make opening the codec a 2-button command.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
That just sounds like a pain in the ass.
Yeah, the controls are a little weird in the Twin Snakes. A is your action button. X is your crouch button, crouch/crawl button. B is punch. Y is... Okay, A is like your, shoot button when you have a weapon drawn.
Yeah, basically your attack button.
And Y is your interact button. And since there's only triggers instead of triggers and shoulder buttons, you, hold down the triggers to open the item and weapon menus respectively, and you, lightly tap them to, equip and unequip.
I can understand them doing that because not only because of limitations, but also taking advantage of the pressure sensitive L and R buttons, which I miss.
the really good analog triggers that the GameCube had. Also, you have to be a lot more sneaky in this game, even in this opening section than you did in the PS1 version, because not only are the guards more alert, their bodies do not despawn when they die like they do in the PS1 version.
Yeah.
Their bodies are left, and other soldiers can discover them.
And I know other controllers have done pressure sensitive L and R, but the GameCube never you never got as good as the GameCube.
Yeah, because you had that click when you pushed it all the way in.
Yeah, it's satisfying. You can see it in games like Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, Metal Gear Solid, Twin Snakes when you're going through your menu. A lot of games took advantage of that. Even Smash Brothers because it feels very like that click sound, as well as how it felt, is something you need to experience to get what we're saying about it. If is what I'm trying to say. It's a very good controller, and I wish Nintendo brought that back. Like,
I mean,
they
kinda are.
Kinda, but I'm talking about like legit, like
as a feature of their regular controllers instead of just of the GameCube controller. Yeah, I have no idea why they made the best analog triggers any console has ever had, and then never did that again.
Well, then also another proof of it is like the GameCube controller people keep asking to use it in Smash Bros. Constantly because, again, it's a testament to a very good controller.
Yeah, it's also got a comfortable button layout. Like, instead of... Like, it's the face buttons, A, B, X, Y. They're laid out in a very, unconventional way, but it's one that feels natural because all of the other buttons orbit around the A button, which is the one you're going to be using the most.
Yeah, and, this it proves, even before, the Switch, Wii U, Wii, all that, they had a very good controller. Like, Super Nintendo was the same way. Very comfortable, very good controller. And then you had the GameCube, which was practically perfect in a sense.
Yeah, the only thing I would say as a slight against the GameCube is its D-pad.
Yeah, the D-pad is one thing I'm not a fan of.
Like, it's not that it functions poorly, it's just that it's too small.
The odd thing about that controller as well, the way it looks that way right now, with Luigi's Mansion being their test demo, which became their final game for their launch.
Yeah.
The reason why the C-pad, the C-stick, and the analog stick are different sizes is because originally the C-stick was supposed to be a little bigger than or a little smaller, I think. Then both sides were supposed to be a little smaller, and with Luigi's Mansion, it was very difficult because you controlled Luigi with the C-stick and the camera or the movement of where he turns with the joystick.
Oh, so it was like some weird tank controls thing.
Yeah, and then you had the A button being the vacuum, and when people tested that out, people were dying left and right because you were on that C-stick and A button the entire game. And, originally that's what they wanted to do, but the rest of the development team said, let's just do this other idea, which is the controls we had today. And, even though he wanted to keep it in, they kept it in as a sidestep mode, so you could have the option to play it if you want that way.
Yeah.
But it just proves they went through a lot of testing with this controller. And
yeah.
You can see it shows.
All right, we got
So
Liquid
Nintendo,
taking off in the
please.
hind D.
Yeah.
There's an optional bit of dialogue involving Liquid and the hind D in this section that I didn't know about until today.
Oh.
Which I'm going to try and show off.
Okay.
Because they also mentioned that they sent off two F-15s to act as a diversion to, get Liquid and his soldiers to focus their efforts on them while Snake sneaks in.
Instead of you.
There are only 18 hours left until their deadline.
Here's where we get our non-accented mailing.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
I haven't introduced you two yet.
But no, Nintendo, I know you're probably not watching this, but listen to me. You guys had a great controller. Please go back to what you did. We're begging you here.
Contact her if you have any questions about either of them.
Nice to meet you, Snake. It's an honor to speak to a living legend like yourself.
I will say her non-accent voice actor sounds cute.
It's the same voice actress. She's just not using a, Chinese accent this time.
Oh, okay, that I did not know.
Yeah.
You're just flattered.
She sounds a lot cuter.
No,
Yeah.
I'm serious. Well, I know.
It technically makes more sense for her to not have an accent because she is Chinese American, but she was born and raised in New York.
I
I was gonna say, will Snake ever give her that Pikachu she wanted back in Brawl?
Well, let's get to know each other better. But first, let me explain about your Soliton radar system.
And
Glad you got the reference to that.
And it's the same voice actress for Naomi Hunter in this game, just not doing the British accent, because it didn't make sense for Naomi to have a British
I can hear
accent,
it.
given that she's from Rhodesia.
Yeah, I can hear it.
Let them see you.
First, I want you to infiltrate the disposal site.
I love the fact he smuggled his cigarettes in his stomach.
Yeah, he smuggled his
Literally.
cigarettes in his stomach. That makes me wonder, okay,
Appear on your radar.
how did you get them out? On second thought, don't tell me.
Him about the terrorists. If
I always assumed he probably just like coughed it up like an actual snake would.
Or you could do what Ego Raptor did in Metal Gear Awesome and imply they shat them out.
Discovered by an enemy, you won't be able
Okay, no.
yes, it gets jammed easily, I'm afraid.
No, those cigarettes are done then. Like, I'm sorry, no.
You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic.
Look, that's a pack of smokes. You know how much cigarettes go for that day and age ever?
By radar. So
Or the high price hike, okay.
you want.
Got it. I'll call if I'm feeling lonely.
Seriously, Snake. We're here to back you up.
Yeah, you can really hear the Jennifer
I can
Hale
hear it.
more clearly in this Naomi Hunter. Like, I can always tell it's Jennifer Hale whenever it's Jennifer Hale, but
It's a dedicated
Yeah.
this one is just Jennifer Hale.
Forget it.
Remember,
Like Jennifer Hale straight up.
killers.
Yeah. There's something about Jennifer Hale's voice where I can always tell it's her.
I remember. First, I'm strip searched by Dr. Naomi here. and then
Also, fun fact, this is the game that taught me what a strip search is.
in that position.
Well, if you make it back in one piece, maybe I'll let you do a strip search on me.
You never got to do that strip search on her.
By the way, sorry to disappoint you, but I did
I was gonna say, don't promise a man a good time.
Do that.
in my stomach. Thanks to the shot you gave me that suppressed my stomach acid.
Cigarettes? How are those?
And Kier responded to the thing about those cigarettes are done if you shat them out. They do it in prison. Yeah, in prison they'll smuggle cigarettes in their ass.
Yeah. Yeah, that's also accurate. I still say,
But there's too much risk.
I get you need your fix, but oh god.
I can't just knock on the door and ask them to let me in.
Now
You're not wrong, Kier.
they do change some things up in terms of item placement. Like, first of all, I picked up a tranquilizer gun in the opening section that is not even in the PS1 version because they added non-lethal takedowns to
I'll let you decide
the
your
Twin
best
Snakes.
COA. I'm counting on you, Snake.
And that also applies to being able to non-lethally defeat the bosses. Speaking of non-lethal takedowns, let's equip that M9, which is my tranquilizer gun, and then go in here to pick up the SOCOM, because that is still in the same place. But some items are in different places, just to change up the progression
Yeah.
of the game a bit. And then they also cut down on the backtracking, surprisingly, by making some sections where you had to backtrack have secret alternate ways to complete them. Most noticeably during the part where you have to, change the PAL card by, getting it cold, then getting it hot, all that stuff. They added a way that cuts back on the backtracking significantly.
I just thought of something that might be a very bad idea.
Yeah?
I wonder what you would think about it. I know they have a Metal Gear Twin Snakes randomizer.
Yep.
Base must have some kind of ventilation system to recirculate the air.
This is the line I was talking about that I didn't know about.
Around there somewhere. They must need a lot of power to run the base. There's probably a diesel generator somewhere. And since generating electricity requires oxygen, there must be exhaust openings for that too. You're not going to believe this, but they shot down the F-16s we were using as a diversion with a Hind D. Then we got a message from Liquid. He said if we try something,
Hindy's nuts.
he'll launch the nuke.
So that's why they never sent in a second diversion.
That Hind will be coming back soon.
Because Lick was like, look, if you try that shit again, I'm launching the nuke immediately. Fuck the 24-hour time limit. I'm launching that shit now if you send another diversion.
Look, look, if you send one more fucking plane at me again, I am literally gonna bomb this place. I swear to God. Just goes unhinged. Straight up just calls them and goes unhinged.
This is McDonald Miller. It's been a long time.
Master.
I find it awesome that when we finally meet Master Miller properly with a voice in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker, he's voiced by a different actor, Robin Atkin Downs, but he does an impression of Cam Clark voicing McDonald Miller.
Oh, okay.
There's no one
Which comes full circle with Metal Gear Solid 5, Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes, in the Deja Vu chapter, which is optional. That's all just like nostalgia for Metal Gear Solid 1. At the end, you're given like a trivia quiz about Metal Gear Solid 1 that's hosted by Robin Atkin Downs doing an impression of Cam Clark as Liquid Snake.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it's awesome.
I would imagine.
I moved the DARPA chief to the cell in the first floor basement.
This is also an optional cutscene.
Oh, they just opened.
And it plays out differently depending on whether you've been detected or not.
first floor basement ventilation shaft.
Shut those covers as soon as they're done spraying. Also, keep your eye on that woman in the cell. Don't get careless now.
Woman in the cell?
Like, I haven't been detected so far, but if you have been detected, you get a scene of the soldiers saying, like, we've got an intruder that's using stealth and he's taken out 3 of our men. And they're not talking about Snake.
Oh.
They're talking about the cyborg ninja.
Oh, right.
Kier says, wonder how well Sam Fisher and other stealth characters would do in the Metal Gear universe. I know Snake would probably outdo James Bond, just due to, like, more time on, like, you know, his, like, literal being bred to be the perfect soldier. And also, like, more time in active battle situations, given that before he was, you know, a sneaky man for the U.S. government, he was a Green Beret.
Yeah, that's fair.
I know they did a death battle of that, but I can't remember how it played out. I still say that Snake would win that, just in terms of, like, feats that he's accomplished.
Well, yeah, plus Snake is more well-equipped for stealth than Bond is.
Yeah. And that's without factoring in stuff like the Infinity Bandana.
Yeah. I think the only stealthy thing he has, the Bond has remotely, is his Silence Walther PPK.
Yeah. Okay, the guard heard me from downstairs, so he came up here. That's how much more alert the guards are.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, they've got, like, Metal Gear Solid 2 levels of intelligence. I just got my first alert. And, calling in backup works very differently in this one. But thankfully, there is one change that I really do like, which is you don't start out with a pitifully small health meter anymore. Like, you start out with max health instead of your health meter getting increased every boss you defeat.
Oh, okay. So you just start off with, like, full max health bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Power went out in my area. Gonna reserve my mobile data. Have a good, stay safe, Iron. And, hope you get your power back soon. Yeah, now I just have to hide under this tank and wait for the evasion phase to end, and then the caution phase. Guards will also look underneath stuff now, like they do in Metal Gear Solid 2. So, it's harder to just evade them. But it's also easier to take them out from a distance because their patrol routes are mostly the same as the PS1 version. But now you can aim and shoot in first person.
I was gonna say, you would just remind me of, like guards looking underneath and Snake just shoots one of them in the head, like how Kevin, when one of the wet bandits looks through the doggy door.
They also have location-specific damage now, so like headshots are actually one-hit kills this time. Or if you're using a tranquilizer gun like me, because I tend to play these as non-lethally as I can, more often than not, headshot with the tranq gun is an instant KO.
Well, I would imagine. I would assume because the tranq is, the medicine from the tranquilizer dart is getting to the brain quicker because of where it's positioned.
Yeah. And as I noticed from how I got that alert started, the security cameras have a wider field of view now. So they're not as easy to just slip by.
Okay.
But you can also shoot out the security cameras now, if you have a pistol. You can't do that with the tranq gun, though. I do have the SOCOM, which, you know, your standard pistol, but,
yeah.
I don't have a suppressor for it yet.
Yeah, because if you fire that off, everybody's gonna...
Yeah. Then knock out that guard. Hope that I can call the elevator, or the other guard notices that he's knocked out. Yes, I did. Okay. To floor B1 to rescue the DARPA chief, who, as we found out through the Metal Gear Solid 3 and Metal Gear Solid Delta playthroughs, is SIGINT grown up.
Huh.
Look at the radar. It's picking up the DARPA chief. He's the green dot. Hurry and rescue him.
I'm also going to be showing off an Easter egg here that was in the PS1 version and they kept in this remake. They kept almost basically all the Easter eggs and added a couple more. They also changed a cutscene that's about to play where we get our first canon appearance of Johnny, the unlucky soldier that eventually ends up marrying Meryl.
Becoming the big hero.
Yes, literally the big hero that saves the day in Metal Gear Solid 4, all because he doesn't like needles.
Honestly, Johnny was the one that won in...
Yeah, he got the best ending. But here's our first appearance of Johnny. Instead of taking, instead of going into the bathroom and seeing him sitting on the toilet, he's taken a leak.
Boy, oh boy. That woman is built all right.
Didn't even wash his hands.
Motherfucker.
But yeah, canonically, the entire reason why Johnny was able to save the day was because he never got his shots back in this game. It all goes back to Metal Gear Solid 1, basically.
Yep.
Which, you know, as the finale to the series at the time, makes sense. But, like, Johnny saving the day because back in the year 2005 when this takes place, he was afraid of needles and didn't get any of his shots, which is why he got a cold throughout this game. Ended up saving the day, like, 10 years in the future.
Oh, God.
Right, here's where the Easter egg comes in. Particularly famous one. Also our first appearance of Meryl, who, fun fact, in this game, due to trying to save on as many new assets as possible, Meryl shares a model with Olga from Metal Gear Solid 2, but with Meryl's clothes and hair.
Not him.
Yeah, she's in there doing some sit-ups. But we're not going to go to the DARPA chief just yet. We're going to turn around, climb out of here, and then climb back in. eventually, because I feel like they made this ventilation shaft bigger.
Probably.
Also, the load times are a bit longer than in the PS1 version.
I would assume it's probably because of the smaller discs that hold the data, or...
It's just due to DVDs and CDs having different read speeds.
Okay.
It doesn't have to do with the size of the disc. It's all about... a lot of it's just down to how the game is programmed. And also, you know, the hardware that's reading it. That's why, like, from the PS3 generation onward, they make you install games when you have them on disc, because otherwise the load times would be unbearable. Because Blu-rays have a very slow read speed.
Yeah, I remember, because
so now she's doing some stretches in her panties.
Oh god. But no, because I remember having for Guns of the Patriots when I got
that was back before the 2.0 patch came out. You had to install each chapter as you reached it.
Yeah, I remember it. It would take half a day to a whole day to do it for me, and it was just like, oh god, please kill me now.
Yeah, now you could just install all the chapters at once.
Yeah. We really do need to re-release Guns of the Patriots.
Yeah, that's like the one that really needs to be saved from the previous generations.
Yeah, because I think it's only on PS.
It's only on PS3. It's never been on anything else.
Yeah.
Well, hi, DARPA Chief. Kept you waiting, huh?
Who's that?
I'm here to save you. You're the DARPA chief, Donald Anderson, right?
You want to know one of my favorite pseudonames that was used in the PS1 version of Metal Gear Solid 1? It's for Greg Eagles, who voiced the Cyborg Ninja and the DARPA Chief.
Okay.
He had a pseudonym that was a lot more obvious about who the real person was compared to all the others. Like, for example, Cam Clark went under the name James Flinders.
Hurry up and get me out of here.
But Greg Eagles went under the name George Bird.
First, I want some information.
Okay.
Greg Eagles, George Bird.
Do they really have the ability to launch
Eagle, Bird.
What are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Threatening the White House. They say if they don't accept
I was like, wait a minute, we're
weapon.
this, and then then it clicked.
Sweet Jesus.
Although, you want to know what my favorite pseudonym any voice actors use for non-union projects?
Is it possible?
What?
It's the one that Bryce Papenbrook uses for non-union stuff, or just stuff he doesn't want his legal name on. Would you like to know what his go-to pseudonym is?
Sure.
Dick Smallberries.
How do they plan
Oh my god.
for the keeping of dismantled warheads? They shouldn't have.
Also, Snake, you're finally here. I remember to somebody about Dracula's.
No, that was Big Boss. Solid Snake's not afraid of Dracula's, as far as we know.
No, I was saying, like, he remembers talking to somebody about Dracula's. It wasn't exactly Snake. I was saying, like, hey, Snake, I was remembering
Oh, yeah,
something
Sigan being like, I remember talking to Big Boss about Dracula's, and I told him about my nightmare about a two-legged tank made out of shit that fired shit missiles that turned things into shit.
Yeah, I was saying that, not Snake being afraid of Dracula.
Okay.
Just, come on now.
We've had a couple of.
That's what I was getting at. But
Did you know your dad was afraid of Dracula's? He insisted that they were Dracula's, not just vampires, specifically Dracula's.
God, I wonder what would happen if Snake actually talked to one of the Belmonts about this in Ultimate.
It's grown into a huge joint project between Armstech and ourselves.
That would be very interesting.
This exercise is raw data. As production. If it hadn't been for the revolution.
Revolution?
Rex has fallen into the hands of terrorists.
Rex?
Metal Gear Rex, the code name for the new Metal Gear prototype.
I listened to Greg Eagle's performance in this game, and I can't hear anything but Aku Aku.
These guys are pros.
Oh god.
Given that he went on to voice Aku Aku in the later Crash Bandicoot games.
Shut up in there, will ya?
Oh, okay.
Here's an example of, like, how the cutscenes get a bit more, like, overly dramatic in this version. Like, in the PS1 version, Snake hides from the guard by just leaning against the wall. In this one, wait for it, he's Spider-Manning up on, like, the corner of the ceiling.
But I thought that
I mean, realistically, one can do that as long as you have enough upper and lower body strength. You're technically using your legs and hands to, like, latch on.
That you need to input 2 different passwords in order to...
I'm not doubting his physical ability to do it. I'm just questioning how he did it that quickly.
Well, no, I'm just saying... Well, yeah, I mean, but I'm just saying, like, theoretically, anyone can do that as long as they're able to know how to do it.
Password, or there can be no launch. But... they found out my password.
You talked?
Psycho Mantis can read people's minds. You can't resist.
Psycho Mantis?
One of the members of Foxhound. He has psychic...
And all it took to beat him was a wireless controller and no memory. Remember that, folks.
They actually change up the Psycho Mantis boss fight method in this version, which means I'm gonna have to get up a couple times. Because, in the twin, jumping ahead a bit, in the Twin Snakes, instead of just switching to controller port 2 and then you can win the boss fight, he eventually notices that you switch controller ports, so you have to switch between all 4 controller ports eventually.
And forth. Yeah, basically you have to go between them. But
if you don't want to do that, you can shoot one of the statues in his arena to break his psychic control on you.
Yes.
Yeah. But in, like, Metal Gear Solid 4, like, it's funny because he's like, I can't feel your controller. What the heck? Wait, you have no memory card? You have a what?
Listen.
Yeah.
You need 3 cards.
It is just like this man was defeated by a wireless controller and a hard drive rather than a memory card. Okay, buddy.
He also has different dialogue options depending on whether you're playing with the DualShock 3 or the 6-axis controller.
Second floor basement.
Yeah.
If you have the 6-axis, then he complains about not being able to move your controller through vibration. And if you have the DualShock 3, he, like, laughs excitedly and says vibration is back.
Why don't you the areas where the...
Actually, I'm curious about something. What if you were to use a Wavebird controller for this fight?
You still have to swap between all 4 controller ports.
Damn it.
Security door.
Because, you know, the Wavebird plugs in via a
I know
receiver.
how the Wavebird works. I was hoping, like...
Camo Kaplamo says Ape Escape is looking different these days. We're not playing Ape Escape tonight, and I never said we were.
No, we're sneaking around in a...
I mean, technically you're not far off, because there are 2 official crossovers between Metal Gear and Ape Escape. 3 if you count PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale.
You haven't heard any other way to disarm the PAL, have you? From your bosses or anyone?
No.
Are you sure you haven't heard anything?
Camo Kaplamo said, nah, this is Ape Escape 20. Yeah, the apes have just evolved. They've evolved into... They look like humans, but they're still apes.
What about the Pentagon?
They're apes wearing human skin. There you go.
Yeah, they're wearing skin suits. That's it.
Snake, I can't help. The tank's been a shit. They're taking over my brain.
Or if we're going by what my channel artist Shiba said every time she saw someone die of a heart attack in this game, they nutted too hard.
Well, of course. Which, by the way, eventually I'll have to see if I can get Sheba to commission. If I can commission Sheba to do a drawing of the last D&D session of what happened in the forest.
I will reach out to her for you.
I have to see what she would want. See if she would do it or not, though.
She would.
Know.
I know she would. She's always happy to take on new commissions.
Yeah, because if she could do that, then Varen hallucin.
Yeah, Varen hallucinating / being under the effects of aphrodisiacs.
Yep, and then it's just Lulu and I find it funny. It's just Lulu and Riku were the ones that were trying to settle this, and Jack and Megatronus were just watching.
Yeah, they're not a part of this. They're just bystanders.
They're just bystanders looking at these women like, what the hell? Just go with it.
Tune in to our Castlevania D&D streams when they resume next month.
And you can also watch the first 4 sessions on YouTube.
Yes, youtube.com/Lord Arikado is where you can find VODs of all my streams, and especially the Castlevania D&D campaign.
Colonel, are you hiding something from me?
Absolutely not, Snake.
Colonel, where are the Chips Ahoy? Did you eat them all?
You'll need the highest security
Colonel
to learn the real
said that Psycho Mantis can read your mind with his psychic powers. But does that mean he can see why kids love Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I'm just here as your support.
Oh my fucking no.
We don't have time to wait. Get out of there and find.
Does he know where the Lucky Charms are? I can't do David Hayter no matter what I do. Again,
does he know where the
can't.
Lucky Charms are? A lot of questions that need to be answered later.
Also, I just love the fact that Snake can just tell that the soldier that is escaping is a woman just by the way she walks and everything. That's
well, I mean, she does.
Impressive.
Well, I mean, also her voice.
Well, yeah, her voice, but I'm just saying, if someone's well disguised,
which she is not. She is not. He points that out.
Well, yeah, but if someone actually can determine, if someone's gender through that, if they're perfectly disguised, that's impressive.
Yeah. It's not that he can tell she's a woman necessarily. It's that he can tell she's a rookie that's never seen active combat before.
Yeah.
Well, if it was just a very, very zesty guy, then that would be Major Rykov from Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah.
The guy that Big Boss canonically beat up, stripped, and hid his body in a locker so he could disguise himself as him. Go around punching soldiers for a bit before proceeding to continue his mission by sneaking into the hangar where they're hiding the death machine of the game.
Your eyes
also, real talk.
Confidence in them.
Meryl is cheeked up in this one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Too much.
I mean, you cannot the game wants you to stare at her ass as a gameplay mechanic.
You're not one of them.
Then again, most of Metal Gear Solid is just
most of the Metal Gear characters in general are cheeked up.
So we can get the hell out.
Yeah.
Be a little delayed. What are you doing? Don't think. Shoot.
Don't think, shoot.
Don't think, spray and pray.
I forgot, I don't have to go with the auto-aim this time because I can just shoot in first person and take them all out via headshots if my aim is not ass. That's the mentality of all police officers in the USA. Yep, don't think, shoot.
Shoot.
Pretty much.
I'm telling you.
But you are a rookie.
God bless America.
Look, Stallone and Schwarzenegger would be proud.
Especially Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny to think if that Metal Gear Solid movie that's you know, never coming out, were made just a few decades earlier, we would have gotten either Stallone or Schwarzenegger as Solid Snake.
I would have loved to have a Contra movie with those two together.
Yeah. I say that
It
Metal
wouldn't
Gear Solid
happen.
movie's never coming out because it was announced like almost 15 years ago now, if not longer. And all that we know is that the voice actor of Revolver Ocelot said that's still being made, that it's being directed by the director of Kong Skull Island, and that it's going to star Oscar Isaac as Solid Snake.
Thanks for the help.
Smell you later. Damn, she cheeked up. I mean, wait, come back.
Look, Meryl's got cake. What do you want?
You know, this is a bit of Psycho Mantis design that a lot of people forget about, myself included. When he first appears in this, you know, his first appearance, which is in this scene, he's wearing a trench coat.
You fool! You've killed him! I'm sorry, sir. His mental shielding was very strong. I could not dive into his mind.
We also, thanks to, you know, advances in graphical technology between the PS1 and the GameCube, we actually get a proper look at what Psycho Mantis's face looks like when his mask is removed. And also we know another detail about him that we didn't need to know thanks to some concept art by Metal Gear series concept artist Yoji Shinkawa.
Okay.
In addition to drawing, like, you know, the usual concept art, he also drew a few nudes of certain characters as official concept art, including, like, Sniper Wolf with, like, her, with her top
basically,
off.
basically full nudity, yeah, because they need to do that to make the, character outfits.
I mean, with anatomical detail, too. But also, we got, we found out, through one of those pieces of concept art for Psycho Mantis, he has a piercing in a very uncomfortable place.
Right, okay.
He has a piercing on his scrotum.
Yeah, which is a choice. Which is gonna suck if he ever got electrocuted down there.
It's gonna suck if that thing ever gets, like, caught on a loose thread in his pants.
Yeah, that too!
Naomi, I just had some kind of hallucination. Is it from the nanomachines?
No, Snake, it's from sniffing a rose.
Functioning properly.
So what was it?
You speak from experience.
Foxhound psychic. Think of it as a mental feedback.
Oh god, now I just realized something. What would have happened if Vixie or Riku sniffed it? Technically, no, it would still affect Vixie because,
It's not a magical effect. It's not a magical
effect, and it's not technically a poison. It's just hallucinate. It's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it would affect her. It would affect Riku. Oh no.
Vixie imagines that either Riku or Varen is Atox.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah, like, that would have been scary, because then, Megatronus and Jack would have had to handle... Oh, God. Oh, God. I could just imagine the shenanigans that would have happened on that day. Oh, no.
Although, given Lulu's luck with her rolls, she probably would have rolled high enough to not be affected. She was like the one person who didn't have bad rolls that whole session.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, you rolled a 11 and it still affected you because it was a pretty strong potency.
Yeah.
So she would have had to have rolled at least a 15 or so to resist, at least. Because again, like I stated when Riku was checking the roses out, it had very powerful properties. Like, very powerful.
Actually, before I explore floor B2, I'm going to go back up to floor 1 so I can pick up some stuff with my new key card.
I was gonna say, isn't there like a skip where you can actually get something very early?
It's not necessarily a skip, it's just like, since you have the level 1 key card now, you can open level 1 doors, and there is one in the first floor.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm trying to remember because of a long play of the game I listened to before I had my eye surgery, that someone was able to get,
We can get the cardboard box, first of all.
Well, yeah, a weapon that was locked behind, I think, a level 3 or level 2 door that pretty early.
Well, keep in mind, I'm not
which.
I'm not aware of speedrunning strats for the Twin Snakes.
Well, yeah. Well, it was not much of a speedrun strat. It was just a skip. And
yeah, I'm not aware.
I'm trying to remember. You're fine.
Yeah, the answer is no. You still, unless he found like some sort of glitch skip, I have no idea about that.
It might have been a glitch.
Because like you're not supposed to be able to get past like higher level doors without the corresponding key cards.
Yeah, it was probably a glitch then because like I'm trying to remember.
Over there?
I think it was like either the sniper rifle early or something else.
You can get the sniper rifle early, but that's in the armory, not floor 1.
Okay, then I'm thinking about something else
it's
entirely.
that you can get an alternate sniper rifle that's a tranquilizer sniper rifle.
Okay.
Because, you know, partly to offer a non-lethal alternative to defeating Sniper Wolf, but also to cut back on backtracking during that section, so you don't have to go all the way back to the armory in the first building just to get the sniper rifle.
The sniper rifle, yeah.
Yeah, the snipper rifle. So you can be a secret snipper.
Pretty much, E.
Also, the battles with, this game has lethal and non-lethal routes. The original Metal Gear Solid didn't, but from Metal Gear Solid 2 onwards, they added non-lethal takedown options, like, tranquilizer guns, and the game keeps track of how many enemies you've killed, and you can even do non-lethal takedowns of bosses by shooting them with enough tranquilizer rounds or hitting them with enough melee attacks. Does it change the ending at all? It doesn't change the ending, but it does affect your rank at the end of the game.
Yeah, and your rank actually can unlock you, like, a ton of goodies.
Yeah, traditionally throughout the Metal Gear saga, it does. Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes, and by extension, the original Metal Gear Solid 1, there's not really any unlockables tied to your rank. It's more so for bragging rights, because the unlockables are instead based on how many times you've beaten the game and which of the 2 endings you get, depending on the outcome of the torture scene.
Yeah, because one is the
basically do you save
ending.
Meryl, or do you ride off into the sunset with Meryl, or do you ride off into the sunset with Otacon? The canon ending being a meld of the 2.
Yeah, because Otacon and Meryl show up later in the game, so it's like neither one of them did die on.
Yeah.
This is Shadow Moses Island, right?
Yeah, this is Shadow Moses.
All
in
right,
the Fox
I'm just making
Archipelago.
Sure I'm just making sure I got my continuity correct.
Yeah, you got it. But, yeah, typically non-lethal playthroughs don't change the ending of the game, but they do get you a higher rank at the end of the game, which in most games from Metal Gear Solid 2 onwards gets you unlockables on your next playthrough. Stuff like infinite ammo or like you know, various things like that.
Okay.
I forgot how to activate the C4. Press the B button to detonate. Okay.
How to activate the C4. First you grab the tab of the can and then you pull it back. And then you proceed to drink.
Not that C4, goober.
Ha 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 ha.
You know, speaking of goofy people, trying to think. I don't know the terminology of like what relation this would be to me, but my step cousin's daughter. I met her for the first time when I went to visit my sister.
You said step cousin's daughter, right?
Yeah.
I think that's once removed.
Okay, so basically I was like, I know it's a cousin of some kind, but like.
Yeah, if it's step cousin, it's once removed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure.
Like, I'm not concerned about like how many times removed. I say step cousin just because I usually refer to them as cousins anyway, because it's not like I'm blood related to my family to begin with.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but a lot of people, even in my close friend group, tend to forget that I'm adopted. So like that's why I don't bother with stuff like, oh, you're my step cousin, or like technically my sister would be like a half sister, since that was with my dad and my stepmom, but she's also adopted, so that complicates things further. I'm like, no, you're just my sister. Or like my cousins, I'm like, you're not my step cousins, you're just my cousins.
Yeah, I haven't forgotten the fact about you being adopted. I just like was trying to make sense of, okay, you're cousin's
yeah, it's
daughter,
just like I was like trying to figure out, is that cousin or does that make me like some sort of uncle?
No, that's once removed, so I don't know where that.
So I met her. I met her
hole.
for the first time, and she was adorable.
Don't touch it.
Aw.
She's 3 years old now.
Aw, that's adorable. 2 more
Yeah.
years and she'll be in kindergarten.
Yeah.
C4.
She's real shy at first, but she does open up to people eventually. Like, she wouldn't talk to me at first, and she would hide her face from me, but once she was around me enough for that party, she was, like, willing to play with me.
Yeah, one of mine and Lulu's nieces on her side of the family, it was really adorable. Like, they thought, like, her family thought that they would be afraid of me having no eye in my left socket. One of them comes up to me and asks, where's your eye? I'm like, so I had to explain it, and she's like, did it hurt? And they're like, no. It's like, well, I think it's really cool. And I'm like, oh,
that's awesome.
Thank you. And then there was one time that one of them said, pirate, and I'm like, okay.
So Ocelot here is spinning his revolver even more as part of the new cutscene direction. Like, revolver spins his gun for a good 20 to 30 seconds. Ocelot.
Look, if you can give this man like 3 or 4 revolvers, he could juggle them, fire them off, that'd be amazing. He probably would do it too.
He does do that in Metal Gear Solid 3. That's his preferred interrogation technique, is to play Russian roulette with 3 revolvers that he juggles.
Oh, God.
Like, one bullet across in one of the revolvers, and he juggles them and periodically pulls the trigger on each one.
This is the greatest handgun ever made. The Colt Single Action Army.
Yep. Colt Single Action Army, aka Colt Python.
More than enough to kill anything that moves.
Well, Colt Python's a different thing. Colt Python is a magnum. This is a pistol.
Yeah, must be thinking about Resident Evil 1.
Yeah, that's Resident Evil 1. That was a Colt Python that Barry had.
Well, no, Barry had a more modified version of it.
Yeah, but the base gun was basically a Colt Python.
Gun, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Whereas Ocelot's gun of choice is a Colt Single Action Army.
Yeah, I rarely have knowledge on guns, so
my knowledge of guns is limited to what I've picked up through the Metal Gear series. Basically, the Colt Single Action Army is like the gun of the Wild West.
Yeah.
Which fits into Ocelot's whole like Wild West cowboy aesthetic. Given that his design is based off of one of the actors that was in the Dollars trilogy, you know, Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and such, Lee Van Cleef.
Now here's a question. If I remember correctly with Ocelot, eventually, like his shots ricochet, but eventually they do fall off.
No, they ricochet,
No, they
but
don't?
he eventually has to reload, given that he's only using a six-shooter.
I'm just saying when he fires the bullet, eventually I think it falls off when it ricochets off the wall.
Oh, yeah, it only ricochets once. You're not getting, like, multiple ricochets off one
Okay,
shot.
so it's only one bounce, so he gets one shot in a certain trajectory, and then... Okay.
Yeah, this fight's also a bit easier because you can aim in first person. So, if you're sneaky enough...
Also, you have a bigger health bar, so you're not, like, fighting on, like, a minuscule HP.
And I just took him out non-lethally.
Heyo!
You're pretty good. Just what
The first time that line was said, and that would be a recurring line. You're pretty good.
Since I had such a
Yep. Up until the final confrontation they get in 4.
Yep.
Which is still my favorite battle of all time.
Yeah.
It just has more of a meaning to it.
Ocelot just got disarmed.
It was a flesh wound.
It's okay, he gets it replaced with another arm later that ends up having a ghost in it, and he didn't call the Ghostbusters, so he got possessed.
Oh, God.
Also, apparently, the lesson he learned from that was never trust a Frenchman to be a doctor. I don't know why, but... apparently, Ocelot is bigoted against the French.
Oh, my brother.
Fun fact, the Cyborg Ninja was a late addition to Metal Gear's story.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It was not originally part of the plot, but Yoji Shinkawa, the artist for the Metal Gear series, starting with Metal Gear Solid, drew just the Cyborg Ninja design as like a kind of a high-effort doodle. And Kojima saw that and was like, that's too awesome to not be in the game.
I mean, fair. I mean, if it's an awesome design and you really want... You can justify it.
Yeah. Get ready to hear one of the weirdest performances from Rob Paulson you'll ever hear, because it's a rare serious role for him.
And like you, I have no name.
Yeah, that's Yakko Warner himself.
Exoskeleton.
Yakko Warner.
Bubsy the Bobcat.
Bubsy and Yakko Warner. Proficient with a katana.
And Pinky.
And is a... Yep, and a Cyborg Ninja. Also Donatello, I think. No, Raphael.
Yeah, he was Raphael.
Raphael, okay.
And
I only known him as Yakko Warner.
And also Dr. Auto Scratch. Look, like half the characters on Animaniacs.
Yeah, like I only know him for Animaniacs and
Actually, no, I know one more that you would know him for that I can't believe I forgot until now. Carl Weezer.
Oh right, yeah.
Jimmy's mom.
What's up?
What's up? Yeah, there's a whole fight scene between Snake and the Cyborg Ninja now.
Yeah.
That was not in the original.
Yeah, because I don't think, no, he fights him in, does he fight him in the original?
No, I mean, like, in this scene, instead of them just going their separate ways, they have, like, a whole cutscene fight.
Also, hello.
Hey, JKR.
Hey.
Who the hell?
I am pissed at the moment.
Oh, I could tell from the explosion. You wish to talk about it, or do you wish to keep it quiet?
Oh, it's fine. I can talk about it. It's just my own damn incompetence, apparently.
Okay, let me pull up my chair. Let me get out my my pipe and let me get out my my energy drink. All right, state your case. What's up?
Well, apparently, what I thought was... Hang on, let me turn down my mic a little bit.
No, you're good.
Okay, what I thought was this week's assignment. Turns out that was next week's. I still have something to put in for tonight.
Oh.
It's an article presentation on something from the Chicago Tribune called "Today in Chicago History."
I managed to resist psycho.
Well, at the very least, you're ahead on next week's work.
Read you?
Yeah, pretty much.
There's that. So I'm just taking a little break from the homework for now, and then I'll
Take a little break before you frustrate yourself too much.
Yeah, it's why to do that.
Yeah, I'm just like, I am not gonna go crazy over another homework assignment that I apparently didn't notice. I should have just looked at what was actually coming up today, and I didn't see that. What clued me in was the fact that nobody else had actually bothered to post in that discussion post, so I was just like, so I'm the first one to actually post in there. What the hell? Why the hell am I the only person who did anything? And then I realized,
it looks like some fun with you, all right.
It happens.
Also, now JKR gets to see a full playthrough of the game that we were planning on fan dubbing years ago and never did.
Your arm.
Oh yeah, I
broke it.
You were going to be Psycho Mantis.
Looks like
and I nearly ended up giving him like a more German accent than Russian.
Yeah, because I wanted him to sound more Russian like he did in the PS1 version, and also because he's Russian.
Yeah.
Dead.
But I couldn't give a Russian accent back in the day.
Yeah.
Still can't really do a very good one, but, you know.
Yeah.
Now you want to shut me up?
I was also telling our,
I believe you or Furret was the one that got me the autograph from Rob Paulson for the Cyborg Ninja, so now you get to hear his performance.
Yeah, that would be me. I had it, and I think I gave it.
You sent it to me. It's just somewhere at my mom's.
Yeah, I was the one who got it for you.
That was the first autograph you ever got for me.
The terrorists have.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it was because that was shortly after we met.
Yeah, I think what the thing is that you sent it to Furret, and then Furret.
Yeah, I sent it to Furret, and he gave it to you because I didn't have your address yet.
But what do they really want?
Who knows? Maybe they're like us in the arms industry.
We weren't best friends at just yet. We're still getting to know each other.
Start a war today.
Yeah.
Right.
Do you still have the card keys?
Card keys?
To override the detonation code.
But yeah, I was telling Ari here that once I get the funds or whatever, I'm gonna actually get a commission done for the campaign of what happened in the forest on Friday.
Yeah, commission from Shiba of Varen's incident with the rose.
That female.
And then that got into a thing where it was like, what would have happened? Varen, Vixie, and Riku were all high.
They threw her in prison.
I was like, back in my head, I was like, oh god, poor.
We determined that
Megatronus
Vixie would probably mistake
Wheeljack.
either Varen or Riku for Atox.
And what would happen and Riku probably mistake someone for Varen.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay.
Oh no.
Sure she is. She's green, but it's
Oh god, I just realized she picked up like 15 of those flowers.
Yeah.
With her by Kodak.
So she technically still has those on her. Oh
yeah,
god.
she still has those.
Yeah, I know. I realized this, and I'm just like, oh god.
She's still
Oh god.
If she still
The stuff that may happen in the church.
I'm sure she has it. What frequency was she at?
Okay, as DM, I'm gonna have to have a character interject with this because who knows what evil could be done with those flowers.
Let me interject with, they changed this bit of dialogue here and also made Snake have a melodramatic reaction.
Sorry.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
Like, where he's like, I forgot Meryl's frequency. Snake, like, flails around and points his gun at him.
It should be on the back of the package.
So yeah, instead of it's on the back of the CD case, he says it's on the back of the package. Because now it's,
case.
the CD case thing confused gamers back in the day because they thought you had to look at an in-game item called a CD case, given that you were given a disc earlier. And we're trying to find a way to look at its packaging, but this one it's like it's on the back of the package, which means look on the back of the case the game came in.
That was actually really clever what they did back then, honestly.
Yeah, it was basically copy protection and also to dissuade people from renting the game.
Emmerich knows how to destroy Metal Gear.
Because if you don't have the original case for it, then you're not going to be able to progress past this point.
Probably being held somewhere in the nuclear warhead storage building. It's north.
I mean, it's a way to make a game a demo then, and that way part of the game.
I understand.
Yeah, Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake included a similar thing of, like, you have to reference something that came with the game to progress through the game to prevent people from just pirating it. Hey, Ricking, how you doing?
Hey, King.
But,
the amount of spent nuclear and plutonium is increasing even today.
in Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, it came with a decoder sheet for TAC codes, which were a type of coded message that were used in the Vietnam War. You have to decipher it to figure out a frequency to progress through the game. And if you didn't have the original packaging for the game, which meant you were playing a pirated version, then you would not be able to get past that point in the game. And for the re-release that started with Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence, they now like let you pause the game and look at the decoder sheet for a menu.
And well-organized black market.
Or, you know, you can just look it up on the internet now.
Yeah.
Since the end of the Cold War, Russian nuclear engineers in particular are out of work with nowhere to turn.
What you're looking at now is the reason, well, what you were looking at then, is the reason why this and all the other Metal Gear games were, except for 5, were delisted for the longest time.
What about the other
because they lost the rights to the stock footage that they used for, like, expository scenes like this. They had to renew the copyrights for it, and until then, delisted them and instead decided to, you know, remaster them through, for modern platforms instead of just, like, putting them up on PS3 and good old games.
You know, our industry suffered quite a bit as a result of the cuts in military budgets due to this so-called peace.
I remember hearing a lot about mergers and takeovers among the big weapons makers.
Yes, murders and executions, also known as mergers and acquisitions.
Flying a fighter jet. The Metal Gear system was our last ace in the hole. That's why we pushed to have Metal Gear developed as a black project.
Black project?
Secret projects paid for by the Pentagon's black budget. You can avoid a lot. Get a great lead time on your weapons production, and no one can bother you. Not even that bunch on the Military Oversight Committee.
Yeah, that's an example of a bit of dialogue that was changed to be more in line with the Japanese script. Because they did retranslate the game for the Twin Snakes to be more in line, to be a more literal translation, but it's still very similar to the PS1 script, to the point where it's hard to find a transcript of it on the internet. But, like, in the PS1 version of the English dub, instead of saying that bunch on the Military Oversight Committee, he says those bleeding hearts on the Oversight Committee.
An optical disc.
Oh, God.
The main hard drive was destroyed by gunfire. This is the only remaining copy of the data.
What kind of data?
All the data collected from this exercise. Don't play dumb. I know you were sent to get this. I hid it from that sadistic maniac while he was torturing me.
This is an important thing to remember for later, what he's about to say here about being tortured.
Report this to Jim, to your boss. I'll give you my card.
Actually, no, I think he already said it. It was like, he said that Psycho Mantis couldn't read his mind because he has, like, implants in his brain that prevents psychics from reading his mind. And that all top-level government and military personnel have those implants. That contradicts what the DARPA chief said earlier, which is that Psycho Mantis read his mind and that there's no way to stop him from reading your mind.
It looked like you knew something.
I actually have a question about that.
Yeah.
That ninja?
Now, the implants are to prevent him from reading mind. Is it all forms of thought, or is it just like certain information?
I mean, the best explanation.
The brain can harm.
The best explanation we get is that it's a psychic insulation. That it prevents outside psychics from reading the thoughts of people who have those implants.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking this is because the brain can hold certain pieces of information depending on where in the brain it's stored. So, if you said it's like insulation, maybe it's like protecting more like precious thoughts or like important thoughts rather than just like.
You know, out of all the technobabble that's in the Metal Gear series, that's one of the few things they never elaborated on.
Yeah, because like if he read, because here's the thing: if the DARPA chief got his thoughts read,
well, there is an in-story explanation for that.
Well, I was gonna say, like, cause if the DARPA chief's thoughts were read, but he has also psychic like the implants to prevent from any psychics reading his mind. Maybe it was like non-important information, like was like deep in psychic.
I love that you're brainstorming this, but you're way off track with the reason.
I'm just making sense of it.
Because since we've already played through Metal Gear Solid 1, I'm okay with spoiling plot details for this one. If you're okay with having plot details for a
I mean, I've already
for a nearly 30-year-old game spoiled for you.
I'm just saying I've listened to a long play of both this and the normal Metal Gear Solid, so I do know some of the events, not by heart.
For example,
again, I'm not a Metal Gear Solid expert. I'm a Castlevania expert. So
yeah. Basically, when they were listing off all of the members of the Rogue Foxhound unit that you're taking down, one of the members they mentioned was Decoy Octopus, Master of Disguise.
Okay.
And we saw a cutscene earlier where, like a flashback of something that happened from Psycho Mantis's point of view, of him him not being able to read a target's mind no matter what he did, and Liquid scolding Ocelot for killing the target.
Yeah.
That was the DARPA chief, and Decoy Octopus disguised himself as the DARPA chief to try and get some information on the launch codes out of Snake.
Oh, okay.
He did not know about the psychic implants, so...
Right.
Yeah, the Foxhound members didn't know about the psychic insulation, so Decoy Octopus said something based on his limited knowledge that conflicts with the actual reason why they couldn't read the DARPA chief's mind.
Okay, then. Alright. Then I was just overanalyzing things. Okay.
Yeah. If this were a first-time playthrough, then I would have, not corrected you on it. But since this is the same story, but just new dub.
Plus the game is like 30 plus years.
Almost 30 years. The original came out in 98.
Almost 30 years. Well, yeah, almost 30 years, but if a game is like beyond a set year limit, like people have time to actually look up the game or actually play it, so.
Yeah. Alright, I set off an alert by walking into a laser field, and now I have to hope that these soldiers don't... Yeah, they're gonna check the lockers, aren't they?
God damn it, Ari.
I was gonna say, wasn't there like something in the original that you had to use like goggles?
Yeah, you can use IR goggles or cigarettes to see the laser fields.
Okay, because I remember like the playthrough I've seen use the goggles more so than the actual like cigarettes.
Yeah, the cigarettes are what you use if you do not have the goggles, because the goggles are an optional item.
Okay, because all the runs I've seen never really used the cigarettes at all.
No one uses the cigarettes because the cigarettes drain your health as you use them.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Whereas the goggles just let you see the lasers without any penalty other than it turns the screen red.
Yeah.
And they did not look in the locker I was in. They only checked one.
Anybody in there? Nah.
Looks in the locker. Yeah, no, I have no time for this shit. I'm leaving.
I'm not getting paid enough for this.
Look, it's my lunch break. I really don't care. Yeah, they got like Pizza Hut or Domino's like air delivered. I want this.
They just I ordered Domino's like an hour ago. Turns out they don't deliver to like archipelagos. Should have thought of that
honestly,
before I ordered. Should have thought of that before I ordered delivery.
Should have thought of that before I paid for like $30 worth of pizza.
Look, the real reason is because the boss decided it was a good idea to order the stupid himbo pizza.
We were supposed to. It's supposed to be Pizza Party Friday. Turns out that Domino's doesn't deliver to isolated islands in the middle of the Arctic Ocean. Really should have thought of that before we decided on Domino's for our pizza source.
Yeah. Oh, gee, you think? No wonder why everybody... Now we're gonna get our go for that pizza. Is that the thing? Otherwise, I'm gonna snap some necks.
Look, all I wanted was a damn pizza.
Look, that was my paycheck you guys paid us. We spent it on pizza, expecting we were gonna get some good pizza. So where's the pizza?
Well, you know, why did you pay for the pizza before before you asked, they delivered?
Because they said cash. They said cash or credit first. Ask questions later.
And that's your problem. That's your fault.
It also turns out that Domino's tends to not like delivering to terrorists that are in the middle of an armed revolution in the middle of a military base housing nuclear weapons. Say something about it being bad for PR.
I was gonna say, like, I was banking on them being like, if it's 30 minutes or if it doesn't show up within 30 minutes, it's free. I was banking on that, but you want to know what? No. Now I'm not gonna get my pizza. Now I gotta eat these damn MREs that are like taste horrible.
Oh, fuck the MREs. You know, there's some rats over there. You can have those.
Look, that is your lunch, not mine.
They just decided to fire wildly into the room with nothing but a cardboard box, a conspicuous cardboard box into it.
Clear. Move.
Oh my god.
Clear.
Yeah, spray and pray, boys.
Yep.
And they didn't investigate the box. I'm lucky that spray and pray didn't kill me, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because I can't use my rations and the box at the same time.
Well, I was gonna say, you don't really have anything in terms of body armor at the moment, so you were gonna get screwed over.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that will shred your HP.
Yeah, you take damage in high amounts in Metal Gear, because you're not supposed to go in, you know, guns a-blazing.
Yeah.
You're a glass cannon, basically.
Yeah. In other words, you're a DPS. You're not meant for tanking. You're meant for damage.
Yeah.
Which means you're gonna get hit harder.
Which means you are what Blizzard wants every character in Overwatch to be, instead of a specific class.
I was just gonna say you're basically a machinist in Final Fantasy XIV, but that's just me.
That was a joke about how, like, if you played,
I know
from my limited
was.
time playing Overwatch, if you played it at launch, all the different characters had, like, very unique stats and archetypes and fit specific roles. But as Overwatch, once life went on, they eventually homogenized everyone into being some variant of DPS.
Well, everyone wants to play DPS. Nobody wants to play tank or healer, especially healer. Listen, if you told I didn't play Overwatch, but all I remember from the memes is if you told someone to play Mercy, they would tell you fuck off.
Yeah. should have picked Mars. There's actually a fucking song.
Yeah,
I know this.
I'm already Tracer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember this because I had
part of the reason they said fuck off is because Mercy was like the best healer in the game out of the launch lineup, and one of the big like character overhaul updates, one of the first big ones, was they completely changed how her ult works, so she was no longer as good of a healer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the fact that I never liked playing DPS or healer in any game. I always play tank.
Yeah, I always played Diva. She was my comfort character, and also, you know, fit my playstyle.
For me, what I would always be playing, like, rarely ever did I play any other character aside from Bastion.
Yeah, Bastion's like, you know, you pick him and you get play of the game.
I mean, not all the time. Depends on how good you are, because I know that because I was actually pretty shit with him when I first started.
Yeah, but he was still he was a good beginner character, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, I didn't really play much.
Like, I stopped playing before Ana, the first new character, was added to the game, so that should tell you how long it's been since I played Overwatch.
Understandable. I think the only battle royale slash MOBA I played was Unite. That was it.
Well, it's not a battle royale or a MOBA. Overwatch, I mean.
Well,
it's a hero shooter.
Massive
is what they call it.
Well, hero shooter. Okay. Well, then in terms of hero shooter, the only one I played was Paladins. That was it.
Yeah, Paladins was the big competitor to Overwatch at the time. It's basically defunct now.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because the fact is I heard a certain rodent, when I asked whether or not he played Paladins, his response was, no, that it's a ripoff of Overwatch. Almost if everything was a ripoff of Overwatch that had similar game mechanics.
Well, I mean, at least it wasn't as shit as Battleborn.
Oh, God.
Paladins made the smart choice by making their game digital only, so unlike Battleborn, like, since the servers for Battleborn are shut down now, and even the PvE mode can't be played without the servers, that means if you buy a physical copy of Battleborn, which you still can track down, you cannot play the game.
Yeah, and you know, eventually Overwatch decided to do the same when they put out Overwatch 2, making Overwatch 1 really just obsolete to the point where it doesn't...
Not even obsolete, they just straight up replaced Overwatch 1 with Overwatch 2 if you had Overwatch 1.
I was just gonna say, like, isn't Overwatch 2 just basically Overwatch 1 graphics
like, it's absolutely not what they promised in terms of it being a sequel. It's just you can't play Overwatch 1 anymore, and you're forced to play Overwatch 2. And the only real difference, other than it having way more predatory microtransactions, is it's 5v5 now instead of 6v6.
Okay, so basically it's just a worse version of Overwatch.
It's a worse version of Overwatch, yes.
Okay.
And the single-player story mode that they promised never got implemented.
Yeah, because I heard a lot of stuff happened with Overwatch, and I was like, odd.
Yeah, come to think of it, I think I actually threw out my copy of Overwatch 1.
Well, I mean, it was a good idea because you can't play it anyways now.
No, I know. I'm like, it's like, because I'm thinking, like, I spent a lot of money on that damn game to get it. And then, you know, then if I find out, it's like, oh, you know, I can't play this, so into the trash with you.
Trash.
Into the trash. Throw it into the garbage.
That or I gave the disc to my mom to use as a,
I just snapped his neck.
Oh, God.
That or I gave the disc to my mom to use as a pigeon deterrent. But I think we just kind of gave up on that idea and threw the disc out anyway.
Yeah, the only other game one of my friends got me to play in my old Discord group was Smite. And I'm like, okay, I will try this. I don't know if
The
I'm gonna
only
like
thing
it.
that ever almost convinced me to play Smite was that they had a like sponsored collab with Zentreya at one point, where you could get a Zentreya skin.
Yeah, I remember that. And what got me to play was the character, the King Arthur character, because
I never
love
played it,
Arthurian
but
lore.
I almost played it.
I mean, it's not bad if you have friends to play with. If you're gonna play it by yourself, I wouldn't recommend it.
Are you Solid Snake?
That's what.
Yeah, but it's funny when it came to Overwatch. Our dearly departed friend, Will Wizard.
One of the good guys.
He was visiting Chicago for whatever reason a few years ago. I don't remember what he was doing here. He just happened to be in the area, so we were just we hung out downtown, and we're just kind of chatting for a bit. And he asked me when he heard that I was starting to play Overwatch, he was like, what character do you main? And I was like, Bastion. And he's like, oh, it makes sense, he's DPS. And I was just like, I mean, I don't care that he's DPS, I just care that he's a fucking transformer.
Yeah.
He was a robot that turned into a tank and a turret. That's all I cared about. That was what made me want to play him.
You know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
I don't know. Maybe I'll ask him personally. But first, I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning.
But yeah, no. Aside from 14,
Training that same day.
I want to say L Sword and Fiesta. Unite was the only other game actually fully got into.
Just like them. Nobody's told you anything.
I don't know why. Just like I really
You see, this place
couldn't get into Overwatch. I think it's just because it was so mainstream when it first came out. It kind of deterred me away from it.
Probably.
Right. For the development of Metal Gear.
Now only losers play Overwatch too.
Only liars and scoundrels play Overwatch, and those people go to prison. Just ask the cheat.
Used to handling top secret.
Look, I understand why Overwatch 2, with what had happened, and I'm gonna be honest with you, L Sword is starting to become the same way, in my opinion, because it's not more so like loot boxes that are the problem. It's more so the fact like, hey, unless you have a group that can do this and get you gear that you probably need to spend money to actually upgrade,
That's when he gave you the detonator.
you're not going to be doing any more of the story. So you're stuck doing PvP.
We're able to keep him hidden from the
And that's already Assault Ladder, and I'm sad about that because I played L Sword at launch. I loved the hell out of that game. And ever since they started adding
same as the DARPA chief.
more characters after Luciel, I want to say was the last. No, Ein. I was very sad because it was just like, okay, you're just making newer side of the story, and you're making like the whole combat system
No idea what.
different.
Me neither. Yet.
So
Honestly,
Meryl just explained a question that was posed by a specific Pokemon trainer in, I believe it was either Pokemon Ruby or Pokemon Fire Red and Leaf Green. If I'm wearing a swimsuit, where do I keep my Pokeballs? Meryl's answer to Snake of how'd you smuggle out a card key without anyone noticing was women have more hiding places than men.
I was gonna say that's Ruby and Sapphire.
It's probably Ruby and Sapphire because there's so much water.
Yeah, the only other way you would get that comment from a female swimmer in Fire Red Leaf Green is if they were going to Seafoam Island all the way to Cinnabar.
It's hard for me to tell from a screenshot alone from memory without looking at the screenshot because other than seeing the protagonist obviously being different, it's the Gen 3 art style on GBA.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's definitely Ruby and Sapphire because I know exactly where that trainer is.
You remember the trainer who talks about hiding her Pokeballs in her cleavage?
Yeah, I remember because that was the same trainer that actually knocked out my starter and knocked out my Flygon.
Oh.
So I had to use a Gardevoir to dispatch her, and I'm just like, yeah.
Gardevoir saves the day again.
Look, Gardevoir has pulled my ass out of a lot of fights, multiple occasions. She saved my butt so many times.
I can't allow myself to quit now.
Which is why Guardy is best mon.
Not normal if you don't feel something the first time you kill. Killing without guilt produces.
At least to me.
I don't know, JKR, I don't know how much of the stream you heard with me talking about, like, the graphics in this game. But
I had you on. I had the whole thing on mute. So
okay, so you could focus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I mentioned that, like, if you see Meryl and you notice that she looks kind of off from Meryl's usual design, other than, this being GameCube era graphics, because this was a lower budget title instead of, like, a high budget mainline Metal Gear game, they reused Olga's model from Metal Gear Solid 2 and gave her Meryl's hair and clothing.
You're a real.
I mean, it's a good way to use assets.
And for more asset reuse that actually makes sense in story, Liquid and Solid Snake share the same base model, just with different clothes and hair.
Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Hang on to the key until then.
Got ya.
Which, makes sense. They're identical twins because they're both clones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Plus, if they have literally this, lore-wise, they're literally supposed to, if they match in a way, then yeah, it makes sense to use the same resources or models.
Right.
Yeah, it makes sense to like lower budget spin-off projects like this, where you're working.
Yeah.
Where you have access to assets from the previous high-budget entry, it makes sense from a developer's perspective, especially as an outsourced developer instead of an in-house developer, to reuse as many old assets as you can to cut down on time and budget needed to make new character models and assets.
Yeah, because making a lot of new models for like games or whatever, it's expensive. It takes a lot.
Yeah, that's why.
At least make it good.
It's the entire reason that Metal Gear Survive exists, because it's basically gameplay-wise it's different, but asset and environment-wise it's basically a glorified asset flip of Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, right down to reusing parts of the Africa map and the Afghanistan map combined into one.
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
I'm in the walls. You can't see me, Snake.
In this enemy uniform.
I'm in the walls, watching everything you do.
What does
that
mean?
Snake just straight up. Snake was just straight up like, you won't be able to sneak by for long with the way you walk, Meryl.
If an intruder is sensed,
I was gonna say, like, wait a minute, you know what I'm doing inside the cardboard box?
So
I mean, what?
nuclear warhead building.
You should join me here in the box.
Girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
It'll change the way it'll change your life, Meryl, if you get in the box. Know what I mean? Snake, I don't want to know what you mean.
You're gonna get yourself killed.
Straight up Snake rolling a charisma check. Unfortunately, his charisma is a -1.
Look, he did some charisma checks earlier too, where like he was talking to Mei Ling for the first time, and he was just kind of stunned silent for a bit, and she was like, "What's wrong?" He's like, "Nothing. I just didn't expect a designer of world-class cutting-edge military technology to be so cute."
Well, here's the thing, though. If you're rolling a nat 20 and you still have a -1 charisma, you're still gonna succeed no matter what, because it's a nat 20.
Yeah, and like when he was talking to Meryl for the first time in this codec call towards the beginning of it, he was like, I knew you weren't one of the soldiers for the first time. It's your eyes. She's like, let me guess, the rookie's eyes? No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh my god.
And even then, she's like, "Are you trying to sweep me off my feet?" And he says, "Don't worry, you'll land back to reality when you meet me in person."
Yeah, I totally can see that being a interaction between some of the D&D characters in the campaign.
I did not know this cutscene exists.
Really?
Okay, so they made getting spotted or triggering the poison gas an instant death instead of okay, so it's not an instant death, it just has a cutscene now. That is a weird addition.
Now here's the question. When the cutscene's going on and the gas is active, are they mean enough to make you take damage during said cutscene?
No, they wait until the cutscene's over and the doors lock behind you, so you have nothing to do but to wait until you die.
Okay, I was gonna say, they could have been way worse about that.
I mean, it might as well be just you die in the cutscene. Because afterwards, there's no way to avoid dying.
Yeah.
But this is why you use the thermal goggles. You can also use, the cigarette here, but I advise against it.
Yeah, because the gas is already draining your health. And
well, the gas only activates if
health.
you trigger the alarms, in which case you're dead anyway.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, if you're smoking, you see the lasers, and then you end up activating your gas happy. I wonder how...
It just makes you die quicker. It's just, with the gas, you have to wait for your oxygen to run out first, then it starts affecting your health. with the cigarette, it just drains your health gradually as you use it. Like, every couple seconds, you take a bit of damage.
Yeah.
Alright, just equip the SOCOM with a suppressor, and I've got the mine detector, but you can also detect mines with the thermal goggles. The thermal goggles are, like, really overpowered in this game.
I remember that somebody, like, back in the during PS3, there was a thing that they did for PlayStation 1 games that were downloadable.
Yeah.
People made, like, fan trophies for
Yeah.
And one of the ones for Metal Gear Solid was to not use the mine detector to get past the mines.
Yep.
There's a tank in
I never do.
position waiting to ambush.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, no, thanks.
Fans.
That was one of our fans who goes by Deep Throat.
Oh my fucking...
The
Ari,
informant
yeah, I
from
remember that.
The informant from the Watergate scandal? Never mind about that.
Go ahead. Go ahead, JKR.
Ari, remind me, who was it Dark Magician Girl was your waifu from Yu-Gi-Oh? Or
one of my waifus, along with the manga version of Taya. Or, the fandom, to differentiate between, like, manga version of Taya and Duel Monsters Onward version of Taya, they basically, like, they called the anime/Duel Monsters manga version of Taya in the fandom, whereas they call Season 0/manga Taya Anzu, which is what she's called in Japan either way. Because we got the Viz localization of the Season 0 manga way before Viz started localizing the Duel Monsters manga. And in their translation, they kept all the Japanese names for characters. We got, like, instead of Taya, it's Anzu. Instead of Joey, it's Katsuya Jonochi. And instead of...
Tristan is Honda.
Yeah, instead of Tristan, it's Honda. And instead of Solomon Moto, it's Sugoroku Moto. But Kaiba's still the same.
Yeah.
And so is Mokuba.
God bless you, Eric.
And also, instead of Yugi Moto, it's Yugi Muto.
Let's see.
And depending on whether you're reading the Shonen Jump releases of the Season 0 manga or the, like, compilation, like, you know, volume releases of the Viz translation of the manga, certain terminology is different. Basically, it amounts to, do they call the card game Duel Monsters, or do they call the game Magic and Wizards? Which, in Season 0 and in Japan, it's called Magic and Wizards.
Which I still find funny that in the manga game they ever do in there is Dungeons. Practically.
Yeah, the last game they do is Dungeons and Dragons, but they call it something else.
Yeah, the only difference is it's more of a board game rather than actual like.
Yeah, like it has a defined end goal. It's more like a single session of Dungeons and Dragons rather than a whole campaign.
It's a one-off, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, like think less D&D where it's less story-based and more like something like what's it called? That one that Board James reviewed that was like a single session D&D that had Dragon Strike, yeah.
Yeah, Dragon Strike and
the one that came with the VHS that told you how to play the game, complete with like people dressed up as the characters.
Yeah, which by the way, I actually saw the entire thing of that on YouTube, and it's a trip. It's a fucking trip. I love it.
Anyways, you guys want to see Snake take out a tank using only hand grenades?
Okay.
I think I've seen that.
Because this is our first encounter with Vulcan Raven, and also another one of the over-the-top cutscene changes with how he dodges the tank fire.
I was gonna say, like, when you're fighting this thing, if you cry, now is it bullshit? Like the bullshit they're gonna do, like if you get hit, like if you try to like crawl on your belly or whatever, you're still gonna get hit by the tank.
I don't know. I've never tried that.
I'm just wondering because like some games with that be like, oh yeah, the gun clearly above you while you're on your belly, but you're still gonna get fucking shot.
Keep in mind, he's not only using the like cannon fire from the tank, he's also using the mounted machine guns.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like the machine guns are the ones that are probably going to hit you easier because they can aim up and down. Whereas the cannon...
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, instead of, like, dodging it, he gets blown backwards by the tank fire, hits the wall, bounces off, gets another tank blast, like, backflips forward somehow, and lands on his ass.
God, that is some roll he had.
He survived 2, like, point-blank blasts from a tank.
Yeah.
Like the snake you are.
Just wait until we get to the Hindy in a future stream. He rides a missile from it.
Let's fight.
Also, apparently I accidentally, and I swear this was accidental. I wasn't trying to do it, but apparently I accidentally pissed Red Wing off again.
Oh.
How?
What'd you do this time?
You do?
I showed him that I was eating a piece of Detroit-style pizza.
Oh, Detroit-style pizza.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of Chicago style?
For once, yeah, because my mom made Detroit tonight.
Your mom made the entire city of Detroit? Wow, you must not be rich, because that place is worthless.
JKR, did you hear something?
Nope, can't say that I did. Must have been the wind.
But anyway, continue with the story. What Red got mad because of Detroit.
Yeah, now, here's the funny thing. He, has said, it's like, oh yeah, Detroit style is just Sicilian style. So, what's to, like, you would think it's like, oh yeah, what's to get mad about? The second I sent him the photo of it, his response was that what I was doing with the pizza actually disgusts him. Because I was eating it with a fork.
Oh, yeah, that is heresy.
Look, I was not on my
You fucking monster!
That is part of the reason that Chicago style isn't pizza. It's a casserole. You have to eat it with a fork.
I mean, you could eat it with
you
your
could
hands,
eat it with
but...
you could eat it with your hands, but then again, you labeled as a barbarian, which I don't care.
You're called a traitor either way, so you can't win.
It's just a matter of, do you accept it, or do you try to defend it and then dig yourself a deeper hole?
Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could have been Hawaiian pizza.
Oh yeah, fuck Hawaiian pizza. That's just disgusting. That shit ain't pizza.
Fun fact, people often confuse pineapple pizza and Hawaiian pizza as one and the same. No, there is a difference. Hawaiian pizza has not only pineapple, but also Canadian bacon.
Yep.
Not to mention the fact it's a lot more greasy from what I understood.
Yeah.
And you are dead.
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
It'll take more than that to kill me, like, at least 5 more seconds. Ah, yes, I snatched victory from the jaws of defeat.
I was gonna say I had faith that you wouldn't do have.
Oh wait, no. Wait, no. You have no. Oh. Okay, so all of that was just the first gunner. Okay, so they increased the tank's life bar.
Yeah. Oh.
So
God.
it takes more grenades to take down each gunner, even if you get a perfect hit. Okay, that's interesting. Makes this fight more of a challenge. Because in the PS1 version, if you got real lucky with your grenade throws, given that you can't really aim the grenades with like an aiming reticle or something. If you got it right, you could take down the tank at just like 2 grenades in the PS1 version. Whereas this one, it always takes 4. It takes like, if you get perfect hits, it takes 4 grenades per gunner.
Also, sad face. The perfect streak was ruined.
Oh, I died earlier.
Oh.
I died in the gas room, remember?
Yeah. Oh, right, yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, so yeah, still, perfect streak ruined.
Perfect streak was ruined earlier.
The perfect streak was ruined the moment we tried to play this game and tried to go...
Look, the perfect streak was ruined the moment that I decided to play a Metal Gear game. I've never done a perfect playthrough of any of them. Even the ones that I've played, even the ones that I know inside and out.
I mean, to be fair, I've never done a perfect run of Castlevania 3.
I enjoy Metal Gear. I consider myself a huge fan of Metal Gear. I will gladly admit that I suck at, like, professional level Metal Gear.
Also, Billy Mays is cussing us out.
Billy Mays is cussing us out for the pizza.
Damn it, I want pizza now.
So do I.
Then again, I
forgot to go to the grocery again.
Why, Ari? Do I have to remind you to do everything, Ari?
I mean, having a reminder in the first place would genuinely be helpful. It also doesn't help that I'm really low on food stamps right now. I've got like 50-something bucks, so I have to be very I get more food stamps in the next week, I believe. It's just like I'm debating, internally, like, do I go to the grocery now and like pick up a few groceries to last me a couple days, like 1 or 2 days at most, or do I just hunker down with what I've got, as well as a few free McDonald's redeems that I've got, and wait for my next batch of food stamps to come in, and then pick up a lot of groceries to last me like a week or so.
Personally, I would go with the latter over than the former. That's just me, though.
Yeah, that's typically what I do. Also, I typically don't go to the grocery all that often to begin with, so it's not... this is a unique situation for me in that I almost never run out of food stamps, because I don't go to the grocery all that often.
Yeah, usually with me and Lulu, we get my food stamps. We usually go on a day shift, and we usually just get our groceries in one bulk. Because, usually it's like Aldi, then Dollar Tree for us.
It's also just, a whole when the spirit moves me, as my late great, not great granny, but late and great granny would say. She says that's a saying from the Quakers, that they say, like, when they were asked, like, when are you going to do, like, such and such chore, they would say, when the spirit moves me, and she picked that up as a phrase from the Quakers, and I picked that up from her. I don't know if she was right about that being a common Quaker phrase, because I can't... as many people as I've met in my life, I can't claim to have met many Quakers. I don't know if Quakers are still around. I know Quaker Oats still is.
They're around still, it's just very, very rare and very, very...
I know more Mormons than I know Quakers. I say that as if Quakers are something that every American encounters.
It just depends where you go.
Yeah. I've met more Mormons than, like, anything else, basically, because I went to a school that was founded by Mormons.
I've met a few Quakers and a couple Mormons.
Let's see.
Also, my therapist is an ex-Mormon.
Ah.
So I was also I don't know why, but I had this idea of like to deepen even further my Transformers fanfic universe, the one that I'm creating from the ground up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not only am I going to go into the whole like Primus and Unicron, like every bit of detail as I can realistically fill out for like the rise and fall of the 13 from like when they first came online to the when they went their separate ways or went offline and stuff like that. I'm actually gonna go even deeper and try and create
You died again.
Yep.
Create like a bit of a society and like falling out of what happened between Primus and Unicron, kind of based off the whole precursor stuff from Halo.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whereas like they were like this almost way beyond anything any normal society could even understand.
And then when we actually meet them in Halo 4 onwards, it turns out they're not all they're cracked up to be, because, it's almost like Halo shouldn't have continued beyond Halo 3.
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the Forerunners or the Precursors? Because the Precursors...
You see, that's a further thing about Halo lore that I hate, is that we have two precursor societies. One is the Precursors and one is the Forerunners, when they are synonyms for each other.
Yeah.
Look, at the end of the day,
because like the Precursors weren't a thing in like pre-Halo 4 stuff, to my knowledge. It was the Forerunners that everyone was hyped up about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if there were Forerunners to the Forerunners? They're the Precursors.
I still say Halo should have ended with like 3 as like the definitive ending.
Yeah, technically, like the furthest I would go is say like end it with Reach, because then that was the last game made by Bungie, and also wraps back around to like we got the end of the Master Chief story, and the end of Reach leads into the beginning of Halo 1. So it puts a nice little cap on that.
Yep.
Halo 4 did not need to be a thing, and I am glad to see I'm not in the minority on that, and I haven't even played anything post-Halo.
I mean, you've at least played Halo. I've never played any Halo games.
See, I never got all that into the expanded lore of Halo. I just liked playing, like, multiplayer matches with my friends.
I don't know why. I'm just a lore junkie. I love me some lore.
It doesn't help that, like, if you want to get into the lore of Halo, you have to read the novels instead of playing the games.
Yeah.
And the novels were often contradicted by later games. As is the case with a multimedia franchise. But, like, it led to really stupid cases, especially with Halo Reach, where, like, one of the first Halo novels was The Fall of Reach. And then we get a game based on The Fall of Reach, and it plays out differently, and people are like, what the fuck? Why isn't this just like in the novel? And I'm like, maybe because the novel was written by an author, and this is made by a game studio, and... the novels are always going to be secondary in canon to the games. Like,
not to mention
Go ahead.
Like, not to mention the fact that Star Wars is also guilty of it nowadays, because,
well, Star Wars has always been guilty of that, because the expanded universe often... the movies always took precedence over, the EU.
The funny thing is, though, people are getting up in arms, against, oh god, what's his name? Why the fuck am I blanking on his name?
Dave Filoni?
He's Yes, Dave Filoni, thank you. People are actually, and I am kind of sort of with them on this. Dave Filoni has been overriding a lot of other people's works when it came to like the new canon. Basically, it was like, oh, you know, the Ahsoka novel that came out years ago, like right after Disney bought Star Wars. That's now considered non-canon because Dave Filoni wrote a few episodes for how Ahsoka became a rebel in like for the Rebels series onwards and everything like that. So it was just like people are like, oh, well, you know, he, you know, basically destroyed what that writer was you know, doing. And I'm just like, well, you know, I'm partially in agreement, but also like, come on, guys, you know, Dave Filoni is supposed to be the new basically trying to be the new George Lucas, and you know, it doesn't help that this
like my stance on it, other than like George Lucas did that all the time. Did you guys just not know this? That a ton of stuff about like the pre-rebellion days got overwritten by the prequels.
Yeah.
But also, like, you know, quality being subjective, because I have not seen any of the newer Star Wars stuff after the sequel trilogy. I never watched any of the shows.
Yeah.
And I know that like outside of the early seasons of The Mandalorian, a lot of the shows have been divisive, to say the least.
Yeah.
You know, quality, disregarding the actual quality of the shows that are officially canon under Dave Filoni's leadership of the Star Wars brand. I'm just happy that we have someone declaring what's canon and what isn't, instead of what we started out with in the new Lucasfilm era of just no direction whatsoever, with no one in charge.
The sad fact is that even though Filoni is technically, like, he has the title of being the the head of LucasArts when it came to like Star Wars stuff. He is supposed to be the one in charge of Star Wars. Problem. What's her face?
Kathleen Kennedy, everyone's favorite boogeyman.
Yeah, she's still trying to push for her shit, and you know, Disney is you know, bowing the knee to her.
Let's not get into this.
Yeah, I'm just saying, it's like, you know, there's still some bullshit going on between the...
Yeah, specifically talking about how Halo handled it. That was a case where, like the novels had to... Like, people expected the novels to be 100% in line with how later games would depict stuff, and it's like, even stuff as far as the original novelization of Halo 1 was contradicted by later canon lore of, like, just the biology of the Covenant. Like, the first Halo novel has a part where it talks about, Master Chief defeating a hunter by shooting it in the spine with a rocket launcher.
Okay.
It was later established hunters do not have spines because they're not like single-bodied organisms. They are a colony of smaller creatures that form a larger body.
So basically they're a gestalt.
They're a gestalt, yes. They're basically like a bunch of small worms that are piloting like a mech armor, kind of. Not actually mechanical, but like, you know, given armor to help solidify their form. And
mind you that hunters it is accurate though that they're yes, you say not spines, but the back is actually still their weakness.
Yeah, the back is their weakness, but specifically they don't have a spine.
No, yeah, not a spine, but to me it always looked more like a muscly tissue rather than a spine.
Yeah, and as the graphic technology evolved, and that was established that they were basically a colony of worm-like creatures that form like a big body together, as the graphics evolved, they revised the hunter design to make them look more like a bunch of like little worm creatures melded together.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. The only reason why I played a lot of Halo 3's main story campaign was the fact I turned the Grunt birthday party skull
Yeah,
on.
Grunt birthday party's the best skull they ever added.
Like, literally, people played with some of my friends. They literally tell me, why are you trying to headshot them all the time? Like, I have birthday party on. Leave me alone. My life.
Nico, I hate to interrupt you, but Snake just defeated Vulcan Raven in the tank by throwing his last grenade into the tank cannon, which somehow led into the lap of the gunner and blew them up and sent them flying out. He's on fire, patting himself down, trying to put out the fire. Snake punched him in the face to knock him out, and now he's dead, and now he got the key card. I'm telling you, the cutscenes in this version are over the top as fuck.
I'm just gonna say this: the only way that would possibly work is if the where they put the ammo into the barrel of the cannon is open on the inside. That's the only.
That's how it apparently was.
Wow, you guys are dumb as fuck. Okay then. Anyway, but no. And then one time when I was playing the game, it was with Big and Derp. I said, okay, so who's driving? Because I don't have very good vision, and I only have one. They're like, hey, let's let the blind man drive the car at the end of the game, and I'm like, oh god, no. So they ended up me having to do this. We ended up not dying, which I find funny because the first time I went through that game on Legendary driving the car, me and my best friend ended up dying 50 times. We were on that mission for 6 hours because we were laughing our asses off, not giving a shit how many times we died. We were just laughing at how many times the Warthog could just spin in midair. It was a good time. I miss it. Would have made a good game to play through on your channel.
Yeah.
JK.
I mean, I've thought about doing Halo streams before, but it would be strictly campaign.
Well, yeah. I'm just.
And
saying,
I do know that for a collab with Kier that we've talked about doing before is the Cursed Halo mod for Halo 1.
Oh god. Like, I would have loved to do, like, Reach or 3 with you guys, because, I know Halo 1, you can 2-player, even with the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, but, would you like to know some of the features of the Cursed Halo mod?
Sure.
Your frag grenades are now D20 grenades, where they, every time you throw one, it rolls against a table of up to 200 different outcomes, depending on whether you're playing campaign or multiplayer. And it doesn't always just explode. It can have a variety of effects, from explosion that covers the whole map and kills everyone, to spawning trees in the area, to spawning hunters.
Okay.
To being a dud.
Okay, so you're basically just telling me, hey, let's throw a grenade and roll a D20 and see what happens.
Yes, it's even remodeled to look like a D20.
Hey, JKR, if when we have the campaign, if you end up throwing your shield again, I'm going to make you roll a D20 to see what random it is.
There's also,
Go ahead.
There's also, the pistol is a throwing pistol now.
Absolutely must not.
Oh jeez.
And
AJKR, roll. Go ahead.
And it's also, its barrel is facing backwards. So if you're trying to, like, it will shoot you if you pull the trigger.
There's lots of boxes piled up in
here. No.
There's also the sniper rifle that has a wobbly barrel now.
Oh jeez.
It's like President Baker said. Totally careless.
Hey, Megatronus, roll a D20. 20. Okay, you throw your shield and the enemy explodes, taking out the and your party members, because apparently it set off a nuclear explosion, because your shield can obviously do that.
All of the warheads in those boxes have had their detonation mechanisms removed.
Nah, that's after it gets its final upgrade.
But if the warheads are broken, they might.
Oh,
its final upgrade gives it random effects.
Snake.
It just takes out the entire castle. Okay.
Chaos wasn't prepared for nuclear weaponry, because we don't know what that is.
It knows what that is, but it doesn't expect the players to actually have that. That's the thing. I mean, literally in Dawn of Sorrow and Aria, You could have a rocket launcher as a weapon, like an RPG.
But yeah, so like I said, I don't know why I came up with the idea to actually expand, like, more of a backstory between Primus and Unicron, like their whole falling out and everything. Like, I don't know why.
Because we've never seen what makes them so opposed to each other, other than one is light and one is chaos.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's just like, like, I am more so of the idea they would be like Knight's Realm, actually, when he was working on his whole story for, like, how he would rewrite the movies, the Michael Bay films and everything. He came up with a whole thing where it's like Primus and Unicron were like the two surviving members of an ancient civilization that apparently went to war with itself. So kind of like the whole like how Furman wrote the whole Primus and Unicron were like the two surviving members of two opposing factions of warring gods.
Instead of just being two primordial entities, they're like gods with a civilization, sort of like the Greek pantheon.
Yeah, kind of like that. Like that kind of like goes into the whole like precursor thing from Halo, where it's like they are beyond even what the Primes even were aware of or even capable of.
Yeah, I like the idea of there, being some sort of, even if it's not an explicit origin of like where these god figures of Primus and Unicron came from, because like even in Furman's origin, it's just like they always existed, but they took on robot forms because of their battle. I like the idea of like them having known each other before getting into their never-ending battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. That's a cool idea. Oh, I didn't know you could spot Otacon here. Huh.
Oh, where'd you spot him?
If you lean against the wall that is right opposite, that is right between, like, the room that he's in, once you enter, floor B2 in the second, building, you can spot Otacon early.
Oh, you can see him in his office then, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He's just pacing back and forth, doing some tinking.
Yeah. Also, I got the remote missile launcher, early, so I didn't have to backtrack.
Nice.
Also, since we talked about Rosemary, decided to have Mint on my list because easier to handle, and I don't feel like lifting the entire life-size Gardevoir to put on my lap. It is super heavy.
Ooh.
No, like literally, I have to bridle carry her.
Also, this looks like a very shocking situation, Ari.
Yes, it is.
It is.
Because there's an electrified floor that we have to take out with a remote missile. Common trope in Metal Gear games.
Snake.
I remember that.
That place is filled with
Doesn't the remote missile have like a name? I forgot.
Yeah, Nikita.
First, destroy the
Nikita. Okay.
Yes.
Part of me was thinking like, oh, Hein. I'm like, no, that's the helicopter, Nico. That is the fucking helicopter. That is not a remote missile.
Yeah, and the manually aimed missile that you use to fight the helicopter is a Stinger.
Well, yeah, the Stinger, because because in like Call of Duty games or whatever, the Stinger was like a lock-on rocket launcher for like against air.
Yeah. The Stinger is usually the go-to, like, lock-on missile in Metal Gear games outside of Big Boss's timeline, because, that kind of tech is still very new in his timeline.
Yeah.
He's more so a user of, like, the RPG. The RPG-7, rather than a Stinger. Because he has to manually aim it, because he's also facing lower tech stuff.
Which, again, is the weapon choice for Soma Cruz, apparently, when he upgrades a grenade.
Also going into these side rooms to pick up some additional items, one of which I don't know if I can get it this early, but one of them is a gas mask. That'll make traveling through here easier.
The gas room easier.
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
We can also shoot out those annoying gun camera turrets.
Couldn't you also use the chaff grenades?
Yeah, you could only use the chaff grenades in the PS1 version because you couldn't aim in first person. Well, you could aim in first person, but you couldn't shoot in first person.
But yeah, no. Apparently, a grenade plus a zombie officer soul. The soul of a zombie officer makes a RPG, apparently. Don't ask me how that works. Don't ask me how that fucking works, but...
It just works.
Apparently
like Skyrim.
It just does. Apparently in the year of our Lord 6, fusing an undead soul with a grenade makes an RPG.
They also made what you're about to see / here is the Cyborg Ninja's rampage against the soldiers in this upcoming hallway is a lot longer here. Instead of just seeing him impale one guy then move on, we get to see him slice and dice some people.
Ooh.
But yeah, Nico, in response to what you were saying, it's magic. We don't have to explain it.
Okay, Joe Quesada.
Okay, look, I understand the whole bullshit. It's magic. We can't explain it, but it doesn't help the fact that the woman uses alchemy to make this shit.
No, it's not. We can't explain it. It's we don't have to.
Okay, fair. Then again, who am I to question Castlevania logic?
This is the same game where you can save the day using nothing but cream pies.
Look, the only reason why that cream pie weapon exists is because it's to mess around with the whip's memory, and since it's my father who's weak to that stuff, I technically by logic I'm weak to it as well. So keep that stuff away from me, sir or madam.
What, you don't want to get cream pied?
I know what psychological damage that pie does. Okay, I'm not stupid.
Oh yeah, he goes to town on these guys. All while camouflaged.
Yeah, hey, you ever heard of the game Fruit Ninja? Yeah, this predates that.
Up to camouflage, eh? If you remember that bit, Ari.
Yeah, that's from that is what he says against Psycho Mantis.
Hey, did you see what happened to Daryl? Yeah, he got cut in half by something. I don't know what it was.
He's not camouflaged anymore. Yes, use a combat knife against the guy with a 4-foot-long katana who can flip around and turn invisible. That will definitely end well for you.
If it wasn't for the acrobatics and invisibility,
JKR, I get it. You're trying to cream pie me.
Yeah, that was the thing. I'm like,
I know you really like cream pieing me, especially when I'm in this sexy body. But
I mean, better you than me to be.
Look, I was trying to set up. You set up for the perfect joke, Ari.
And you had to pray. You had to pray to Lady Luck that it would land. That you would cream pie me on your first go.
Which apparently I've gone through this I spent 1, 2, 3, 600 fucking brain cells on this damn throw something at my face thing. And
look,
not a single one of them was a cream pie.
Look, nothing's gonna beat the fact that she got cream pied multiple times during the D&D session. Right at the beginning.
No. Nothing's going to top the time that I got cream pied multiple times in a row, back to back, for over the course of several minutes one stream.
Yeah.
That was in a Psychonaut stream, I think.
Yeah, no.
It was mostly Timo's fault.
Yeah, this is the last time I'm gonna try this tonight. It's not working. I'm not gonna get the cream pie. Nope. No sorry.
I could make a separate redeem for just throwing cream pies called Cream Pie Me, but I wonder if that will get me in trouble with Twitch TOS for being too on the nose.
Yeah, you never know. You never know with Twitch TOS. They could easily have some.
I mean,
they could just be like, "Oh, they could just be waiting for you to make that one little thing that they can legally say.
Otacon just pissed himself. The first of our running trend of doctors pissing themselves in Metal Gear games.
Yep. Also, I was gonna say, you can make a cream pie where it just knocks you back like so far, like just one pie just knocks you back.
I could make it knock me back. I have to tinker with the physics.
You
but
can
yeah,
make it knock you back and then just have a goat scream.
Snake shot at the cyborg ninja, and the ninja sliced the bullet in half.
Very anime of you, good sir. Very.
I mean, Otacon does say this is like one of my Japanese animes.
Hey, Maxine, do you believe love can bloom on the battlefield, just like one of my Japanese animes?
Nico, you're already in committed. You're already in a committed relationship. Are you sure you want this out there?
One of my Japanese anime.
I was trying to do a meme, but okay.
What is it?
Way to turn a meme on me. All right.
That's what I do.
But yeah, haven't you heard, Nico? Love is a battlefield.
Yes, I know this pretty well. Why?
That's why. Just sounds of Otacon screaming. That's why.
Yeah, story of my life back in the early days of Gaia
Need that man.
when Nico was created. I don't wish to relive those lives, but anyway, off of that topic. Otacon, stop pissing yourself in the locker.
Yeah, don't piss yourself. How about this instead?
So there's a couple ways you can do this fight. The one that wants you to do is like, just melee him. You can also, because he's a cyborg, you can short him out with chaff grenades.
Yeah.
And he gets mad at you if you do that. He gets more aggressive if you use weapons against him.
So are we gonna piss him off?
Like, he just put his katana away so we can get into some hand-to-hand combat. Only a fool trusts his life to a weapon, after all.
Whoever redeemed that, I agree.
It was
That would be
JKR.
me. Who else would redeem it? Nobody else.
Even he had the alert exclamation point above his head because he's like, oh shit, that's a chaff grenade. Sorry, that was a flashbang, not a chaff grenade.
I was gonna say Lulu is also known to be redeem.
Yeah, but Lulu would at least, Lulu would either, make her presence known in the chat before that, or, he would have at least acknowledged that.
No, not all the time. Sometimes she likes to jump into the call and attack people like she was a mad dog in a movie.
This is also the room that has the Nintendo references in it. There's a GameCube on one of the desks, and on one of the desks is also a Mario statue and a Yoshi statue.
Yep, and shooting them makes a sound effect.
Shooting the Mario statue plays the 1-up sound and also gives you recovers your health a little. Shooting the Yoshi statue just makes him make Yoshi noises.
Yep.
Let's see.
And then and I'm assuming the GameCube one is like the GameCube sound effect.
No, the GameCube's just there as set decoration. You can't interact with it.
Let's see. Also, Ari, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nico.
No, you go first. No, you go first.
All right. I was just gonna let you know, Ari, that I did talk to my mom about this holiday season and everything, after school's out. She said that she doesn't see any she doesn't foresee any issue for me to visit you in December.
Yeah.
So I'll see you about working everything out in November.
Yeah.
I'll probably do the research just around the time of Thanksgiving break.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Nico, I do want to be able to, come visit you and Lulu sometime.
Sir, will you stop hopping back and forth between the same two places?
Yeah, well, I mean, from where you are, we only live probably like little less than an hour away, maybe like a little, so it's not too far.
It's not far. You're not that far from me. It's just a question of like logistics for me since I don't have a car anymore.
Yeah.
And then I also have to make sure it's I have the time to come see you, because it's just like my current school schedule. I am very busy.
I mean, worst comes to shove, since me and Lulu are staying at like a hotel near the convention center, which is not too far away, we could just have me, you, her, and Ari just like, we could just get a pizza at the hotel room and just chill.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just talking about sooner too. It's just like
before.
I know, I understand.
Yeah.
Probably do like a dinner or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to talk to. It's just a matter of like us talking with Lulu about it. See what Lulu's doing. She's also got work.
Right. It's like she and I both have like very busy schedules at the moment, so it's like we need to make sure our schedules align.
Yeah, and as for me, it just depends if my eye doctor or something like lands on that. Because again, Lyola.
Right.
God bless them for helping me out with my eye. Not gonna lie to you, I'm not a fan of the 4 to 5 hour waits. I mean, sometimes they like skip me ahead where it's only like a 2-hour visit, but even so, it's still a long, tiring process.
Right.
Also, since you and are visiting Ari, should I send your care package to Ari's house, or should I just send it to your house?
It depends. We don't know for sure that's happening yet.
I know. I'm just wanting to know so I know where to send it.
I will let you know, but for the right now, just have it ready to go to my place. If need be, I will let you know. To ship it to Ari if I know.
Okay, because we're not sending them out till like December. We're not sending out to December. That's when usually the cookies and stuff are like placed out in where we get them.
I get you. I just want to make sure that Ari and I are able to coordinate everything for December.
Yeah, because I'm also trying to, because from what I'm hearing from my mom, the whole food stamp thing going on. I have to plan it out with my SSI now. Until they figured out things with food stamps, I think, because I don't know what they're doing. Because according to my mom, I'm not getting anything with food stamps right now because of the government shutdown thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I do not know how that's working out. So I have to rely fully on my SSI check.
Yeah. Good old government shutdown.
Yeah, tell me about it.
We're not getting into that.
I'm not going to be going ahead and pointing fingers at either side, at one side.
I'm not going into that either. I am.
We're just not talking about that.
Let's talk about the fact that we're fighting a ninja right now, and Otacon is pissing himself in a locker.
Yeah. Actually, I need to go grab me some water. I am out, and I am thirsty as hell.
You need to get yourself some Hickory Springs from 7-Eleven, my dude. Thirsty motherfucker.
Here's the thing. Normally, I have a gallon jar of water up here with me. But earlier today, I gave them to my mom to take down and forgot to refill it when I came back up.
I have a legit question. Is that also why you stay calm and collective when Varen, Riku, and Vixie are interacting?
What you mean?
They're not getting thirsty.
I'll let you figure that out.
God damn it. Okay, Nico. I know where I have your guys' address. I can easily.
I know we have your address too. It works both ways.
Normally, I'd be opposed to attacking a man who can't see. But in your case, I'll make an exception.
All I gotta say is bring it on. Bring it on. I welcome the challenge. I'll be waiting for you. Front step. I have my stick. I also have my shotgun. I also have my Morningstar whip. I am ready for you. Good sir, let us play.
He has
Let
the
us
power
play
of God
this.
and memes on his side.
God damn.
Okay, you know what? You know what? Fox only. Final Destination. 3 stock. Let's go, bitch.
I'm gonna be RP.
Go ahead. Take your time. Take your time. Look. You have to understand, Maxie. He set himself up for that. He said he was a thirsty He was thirsty. He set himself up.
And yes, Ricking, this is Gray Fox. The cyborg ninja is Gray Fox.
Is it over?
Which would have been a good character to play as in Smash Brothers, because we need more Metal Gear Solid representation.
Yeah. Weird that the only third-party series that has more than one character representing it is Street Fighter.
Yeah. Look.
Actually, no, Castlevania 2, duh.
Castlevania
has but Simon and Richter.
Yeah, they do, and then Alucard's in this as trophy.
Yeah. So Castlevania and it has Dracula as a boss. So
You yourself.
Yeah,
Castlevania
I forgot
has
about
the
that.
most third-party representation out of any third-party guest character in
I'm still
Smash.
happy about that. Which, by the way, I am disappointed in World because when I got to the Castlevania stage and Alucard was
My predecessor,
the Alucard I had committed suicide and jumped off the side of the cliff.
Gene Therapy Project.
And it was a 4-star fight. It was like, okay, this guy's gonna beat my ass with a Crissagram. All of a sudden, walks off the edge. What?
Apparently, for their test subject, they decided to use
Sir, what?
soldier he was recovered after the fall of Zanzibar.
Come back here and fight me.
And that was Gray Fox.
But he was already dead.
Yes, but they revived him. They fitted him with a prototype exoskeleton and kept him drugged for 4 years.
Yeah, lore dump time for Ricking about Gray Fox. Since I believe Ricking said he's only played, as far as like the mainline saga, he's only played Portable Ops.
To test all sorts of gene therapy
Which has like a young Gray Fox in it, in Big Boss's time.
Oh, okay.
All
right, I'll keep quiet then so we can have
Gray
the
Fox
lore.
would later go on to be like part of the same unit as Solid Snake in Foxhound. In Metal Gear 1, he was the soldier that was sent in before Solid Snake to find information on the Metal Gear weapon and got captured. Then they sent in Solid Snake, he rescued Gray Fox, and he saved the day. In Metal Gear 2, Gray Fox has joined up with Big Boss's army and has a showdown with Snake where Gray Fox was presumed dead, but as we just learned here, his body was recovered from the remains of Zanzibar land, which was Big Boss's fortress at the time. And he was put through experimental gene therapy to, perfect the Genome Soldier project that's in this game, trying to create more big bosses. And he was also given that cyborg exoskeleton to keep him alive.
Come on.
Let me ask you something. Zanzibar Land was during the time of the NES game, was it not?
It's after that, so yes. The NES game is non-canon.
Yeah.
The MSX version of Metal Gear 1 is the canon version of events.
Because they did. Because I'm just asking because Metal Gear.
So you're here to rescue
as well.
Because what?
Sorry, but no.
Because the NES Metal Gear Solid mentions Gray Fox as well.
Yes, because it's based on the MSX2 Metal Gear 1, but expands on it in ways that don't fit in with the official canon. Given that it was technically the second Metal Gear game ever made at the time. And without Hideo Kojima's involvement. And I see Ricking on here with his alt account calling me a nerd.
Nothing to worry about. I want to ask you.
Wow, okay. Also, give me a second. I will be right back. My blood sugar, I feel very
Yes, take
low
care
on
of
my
that,
blood sugar.
please.
Yeah.
I was going to mention that while you were in the middle. I'm talking about Rick King, so give me a second.
It's designed to shoot down nuclear missiles, only for defensive purposes, of course.
In this sequence of the game, when we see, like, Otacon's love of anime that inspired him to start working on robots, they actually changed the footage that was used here to a different Hideo Kojima game.
You telling me you didn't know?
In the PS1 version, it's Police Knots, which was a visual novel adventure game he worked on.
The purpose of this exercise was
and in this one, it's Zone of the Enders, which is a mech combat game that he directed before the release of Metal Gear Solid 2, and included a demo for Metal Gear Solid 2. So we get footage of Zone of the Enders here, and the Police Knots poster in the background was replaced by a Zone of the Enders 2 poster, because that was the most recent one, and it had anime cutscenes.
No. All the armament was built by a separate department, and the president personally supervised...
And yes, I am going to stream Police Knots sometime, because I'm fascinated by this sort of lost to the West Kojima game that was never localized officially, but has an English translation patch by some dedicated fans.
Nice.
A railgun, you said?
Yeah. It uses magnets to fire bullets at extremely high velocities. The technology was originally developed for the SDI system and later scrapped. We were successful in miniaturizing it in a joint venture between Arms Tech and Rivermore.
Call that miniaturizing it?
The railgun is on Rex's arm.
Metal Gear's main function is to launch nuclear missiles. You sure you're not forgetting something?
It's true that Metal Gear has a missile module on his back that can carry up to 8 missiles, but are you saying it was originally meant to carry nuclear...
What are you saying, wait, what the heck, in response to this time, Ricking? Because,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and you can see Mario and Yoshi just photobombing the scene.
Fired only standard missiles.
God damn it, Mario.
They have all the practical data they need.
No. Could it be? Metal Gear's co-developer, Rivermore National Labs, was working on a new type...
Fun fact, Rivermore National Labs is actually a mistranslation that stuck through all the versions of Metal Gear Solid 1. It's supposed to be Livermore National Labs.
VR testing lab, huh?
Yes.
It's the whole thing. I'm having a problem with my internet back soon. I see what you're up to, Ricking. Switching back and forth between your, 2 accounts.
These are some of the supercomputers. If you link these, you can test everything in a virtual environment. But it's all just theoretical.
Also, a detail I just noticed about the GameCube as part of the, oh, seriously, your Wi-Fi's bad? Okay, so it's not a bit this time. Or maybe it is a bit, and you're telling me it's not a bit, so I expect it to not be a bit. Either way, I'm expecting something.
I'm such a fool. It's all my fault. The truth is, my grandfather was part of the Manhattan Project.
I see, he was part of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 for the NES.
And my father? He was born on August 6th, 1945.
The day of the Hiroshima bomb. God's got a sense of humor, all right.
And my dad also
men.
apparently did some heinous things that got him kicked out of Big Boss's unit, but we won't know that until Metal Gear Solid 5.
I used to think that I could use science to help mankind. But in the end, I was the one being used. Using science for peace? That's only in anime.
That's enough crying. Pull yourself together. Where is Metal Gear? Where on this base are they keeping it?
Rex is in the underground maintenance base.
Where's that?
North of the...
It's underground. Did you not hear that?
Way there.
The emergency override system for the detonation code is there too?
Yeah.
Underground maintenance base. So what you're saying is I need a shovel. Snake, you're not gonna get to it by digging straight down. Not with that attitude.
In other words, they must be ready.
Meryl's got the detonation code over.
Also, apparently,
up with her.
I remember when I was talking to you a while back about Metal Gear Rex just being a roboticized Gear Rex and having to
I'll show you the way.
alter everything. It was hilarious because the fact is like just we kind of overlooked the fact that robotization itself actually is a form of body horror if you think about it.
I don't need
Yep.
you. I just need
Very much so, especially with Sonic's dad in the Archie comics.
Created Rex.
And of course,
Yeah.
Uncle Chuck.
My duty to
The comics really delved more into the body horror aspect, I think. Than,
Yeah, one of the aspects of, love him or hate him. Mostly hate him. Ken Penders did do some interesting stuff in looking at, like, this is actually kind of fucky. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Love him or hate him, mostly on the side of hate him. But Ken Penders did delve into some interesting, like, aspects of
You talking about
the
Ken Penders?
of the Archie Sonic setting, with like looking at it as an actual war instead of just
use them, but
with
this I'll be fine.
good guys versus evil scientist.
Are you talking about the Moebius War?
No, I'm talking about. We were talking about how, like, technically, when you think about it, roboticizing someone in the Archie comics and in Sat AM is kind of body horror.
Very close. There she is. Oh no! Damn, they spotted me.
To a point.
Meryl, what happened?
And, like, the Archie comics treat it as kind of body horror-ish.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, they did, but it's to a point. I mean,
Yeah, to a point where it's still friendly for kids, but it's something that makes you think.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and I mean, it's kind of like the whole thing with also the whole thing with
as the terrorists.
the Cybermen from Doctor Who, where it's like they're they are technically humans that were
You'll have to contact her when she's alone.
roboticized in a way. They had to go
we can be
through
sure she's by herself.
several different surgeries to be turned into what they are now.
So dense.
Yet I find it funny that
Use this security card.
as seen in Sat AM's season finale for season 2, that 3 power rings just overpowers the roboticizer anyway, practically destroying it. Even a heavily modified one meant for Sonic.
Welcome back, Ricking.
And Ricking.
Welcome back.
Thank you for the follow, other Ricking.
You may be entitled to financial compensation.
Not because why the fuck not?
I'm not gonna get into that. I'm just gonna eat
that's for you,
major
Other
valley.
I'm a little nervous. Everyone else I've saved suddenly dies.
Bad luck.
Also, yeah, I got.
They're totally not the
Just in
same
case,
person.
Ricky.
One of them has an underscore in his name.
Yeah, I mean, completely two different people.
I'm slowly shaking my head.
It stands for Otaku Convention.
Honestly, for this watch, Ricking has like an alternate Discord account as well.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's for the alternate Discord account.
Yeah, this is where I was talking about, instead of showing Police Not stuff, it shows stuff from Zone of the Enders 2.
Robotics.
Which is another game that Hideo Kojima had directed and released around the time this was in development.
Nuclear weapons,
Yeah, that's what all scientists say.
Slow zoom in on Mario and Yoshi.
Because I wanted to make robots like the ones in the Japanese animes. Really, it's true.
Real talk, was Mario and Yoshi part of the Manhattan Project? Question mark? No.
We have to take responsibility.
No, because they're not from Manhattan. They're from Brooklyn.
There is war. And because of scientists' greed, weapons of mass destruction...
Well, Mario's
from Brooklyn. Yoshi's from Dinosaur Land.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing, though. Brooklyn and Manhattan are technically still a part of New York.
Yes, but Manhattan is a different island.
Whatever. Yeah. All I want from you is...
Yes, but you don't know where Mario goes from time to time.
I know
Look,
nothing about this whole base.
I'm saying he's not part of the Manhattan Project because he's not a Manhattaner. If there's one thing I know about New Yorkers, it's that...
Be a joke.
I'm expanding on the joke. If there's one thing I know about New Yorkers, it's that they proudly represent the borough of New York that they come from. Whether it be Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island.
I know there's a joke for. I know I could expand the joke by using red right here, but at the same time, I'm not gonna because I'm not gonna be part of that list.
Like Spider-Man, I say Spider-Man. Both Spider-Man are from different parts of New York, and they probably represent those parts of New York. Peter Parker is from Queens, and Miles Morales is from Harlem.
Yeah, just don't expect Miles to do the Harlem Shake.
Yes. Even Filthy Frank got tired of the Harlem Shake. He didn't intend for it to become a meme, and he hated that it became a meme.
Even I hated that meme.
Like the man who made an account, who made a whole internet persona dedicated to creating memes, hated that became a meme. Anyways, the detail I noticed about the GameCube that I never noticed before, it's hooked up to a TV that's showing the BIOS screen, you know, the cube that you can navigate for gameplay, options, memory card, and calendar.
Oh,
and it's got a Wavebird controller instead of a wired one.
I was also gonna say, while JKR was talking, for the GameCube, there's a reference as well with the GameCube. Not in the game, but GameCube. If you have I think it's like if you have 4 controllers and all of them hold Z, you get like a Japanese like.
Yeah, if you hold a Z with one controller, you get like squeaky sounds. If you have 4 controllers plugged in and hold Z on all of them, you get like Japanese theater, like sounds of like Japanese kabuki theater
sounds. Yeah, and like I didn't know, like the squeaky one, I didn't know if you needed like 1, 2, or 3 controllers. I know
it's just one. It's just one, and you hold Z.
I'm trying to remember that because of I haven't used the GameCube in a long.
I'm about to do what every Sonic fan has been wanting to do since 1991. I'm going to shoot Mario.
Do it.
Seriously, this is a mod from the official game. This is in the game because this was a GameCube exclusive.
This is in the game,
and it was partly published by Nintendo.
Yep. So here's the thing, Maxine. Do it, you coward. Good. Now shoot Yoshi. Good. Now I know it doesn't do anything for the GameCube. I'll shoot the GameCube.
Okay.
I dare you.
Oh, it bounces. It gets bullet holes in it.
Good.
So you can damage it. Now I'm gonna shoot this Wavebird controller and piss off all the Melee fans. Oh, it doesn't do anything. Damn.
Don't even remind me of Melee. Look, I love professional players. They're the reason why the official GameCube controllers are like skyrocketed in price.
You know what? After last night, I have to see if there's any other like texture-related Easter eggs in here. After we spent so much time reading those wonderful signs in the hospital in Deadly Premonition.
I'm just saying, like, I'm just mad at Melee players because of the fact they break the GameCube controller.
I'm just mad at Melee players. Not for any particular reason. Just I'm mad at them.
I just love Melee just for the fact of the 51 events and the adventure mode.
Yeah. I like that the adventure mode wasn't trying to tell some grand story. It just felt like you were playing a platformer.
Also the fact that the real ones know that when you saw Giga Bowser for the first time in adventure mode, you literally got scared.
Yeah,
you didn't know what the hell it was.
Adventure mode had so many cool things in it, like you know, when you encounter Luigi by finishing the first stage within a certain time, or like with a certain
Giant Kirby.
Giant Kirby, yeah. It had so many cool things. Like if you didn't know how to trigger them, it was like, wait, that didn't happen before.
Falco, Metal Luigi.
Finding the Triforce.
Yeah, finding the Triforce very quickly, which also with the music, you could get the Fire Emblem music, you get like Mario 3 music instead of like the actual like remix to the overworld music.
Yeah, there were so many cool things in that adventure mode. Like I know people like gas up. I say gas up as we're entering the gas room. I know people gas up Subspace Emissary as the peak of Super Smash Brothers like single player modes, but I've always enjoyed Melee's adventure mode more because it's not. Subspace Emissary's a bit bloated.
Okay, look, I love Subspace Emissary just for the challenging fact that you can kill Taboo with the trophy coin, but the only thing, the way you do it is you have to get him down to 1 health, if not low enough health, and then you have to throw the coin at it. And I made it a point to do it on intense difficulty. I mean, I'm never doing it again, but I've done it, and I hated it.
Like, Subspace Emissary is cool in that it has cutscenes and a story that's trying to tell all without any real dialogue. But it does drag on, especially towards the end.
The only thing that pissed me off about that whole thing was Sonic comes in out of nowhere like, hey, I'm Sonic! I broke this guy's wings, now I'm...
I will say, that would have been so cool to see for the first time if we didn't know already that Sonic was going to be a guest character in the game.
Yeah, also the fact that just Sonic had no reason to really be there. He wasn't even part of the story. He just showed up at the end.
I mean, like, what I'm trying to say is think about it this way. Like, if we didn't know that there were going to be guest characters in Super Smash Bros. Brawl because they didn't reveal every character before launch, and, like, you get to that first cutscene where it shows Snake, and it's like, wait, Snake's in this game? Cool.
Yeah.
And then, like, you get to the final boss battle, and you see Sonic appear. It's like, wait, fucking Sonic's in the game?
I remember the rumors for Sonic and Tails where you had to beat, like, Cruel Melee.
Yeah, I remember that. You had to beat 20 opponents in Cruel Melee.
Yeah, and people wasted their time doing it only to find out Sonic and Tails aren't there, even though they're technically coded in the game in a way.
They're not
like officially there.
They're not coded in the game. People data mined it and found that.
Right. But
that's how people definitively disproved that Sonic and Tails were like super hidden characters in the game, other than the fact that it was an EGM April Fool's prank, and they admitted that it was an April Fool's prank.
I mean, it would have been cool though. You have to admit, it would have been cool.
Yeah. See, I miss the EGM April Fool's pranks because, hold on, I gotta stare at Booty to see which one's Meryl. That one's Meryl. There's an easier way to tell which one's Meryl without having to be a perv about it, and that is to just see, like, if she spots you, does she start shooting at you and trigger an alert?
Yeah.
Alright, we entered the bathroom. Let's see if we got in here quick enough to trigger another Easter egg.
But really, with how much Meryl flirts with you in this game, do you really think, back then, do you really think she would even care, realistically?
I mean, she does comment on it.
Yeah, but realistically.
I mean, she was into Snake in this game, but that ended up canonically not working out.
Yeah.
Don't move.
Alright. If I got here quick enough, which it took me longer than it usually does.
Legendary solid snake.
Nope, didn't get here quick enough for the Easter egg. If you get here, like, immediately after her, she doesn't have time to put on her pants, so she's got just her top and her panties.
Yeah.
There's no way you could pass for a man.
That also, you know, wonderful detail with this specific model for Meryl, other than the fact that her Foxhound tattoo is more visible, is they made it clear that she's not wearing a bra.
To try and hit on me, Snake.
Why do I know that? Because I know basically all the Easter eggs in Metal Gear Solid 1, all versions, because I know, like, most, if not all, the Easter eggs in every Metal Gear game, because this is one of my comfort series.
After all, I was disguised as a genome soldier.
But yeah, they make it clear that she's not wearing a bra, because you can see that it's very cold where she is.
I got tired of disguising.
Yeah. Also, the fact that my argument would have already been shot down. Like, I was gonna say, it'd be more... fight, but then again, counter argument, sports bra, so
It's a paint tattoo.
kind of already kills my argument anyway.
A fan of Foxhound way back.
Joe, I feel like they took the line of her saying I'm more comfortable with a Desert Eagle than I am with a bra a little too literally.
Yeah.
There are no heroes in war.
Okay, there was a mod of this that I played way back in my early streaming days, called Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes Repainted, where it like fucked with a lot of textures in the game to make it nonsensical, and that included the subtitles because the subtitles are counted as a texture file.
Okay.
That line where Snake said, "There are no heroes in war." Like, I went into that mod without having played it before, so I was, first time reacting to it. This was pre-Arikado days. It just showed a picture of Proto Man from the Proto Men.
Come on.
Oh my god.
So, which, if you're a Proto Men fanatic like I am, you know that it's referencing the line that shitpost insertion of a subtitle in that mod was referencing the famous Proto Men line, "There are no heroes left in man."
Oh my god.
The subtitles are textures. Yeah. A lot of times back in these days of gaming, the subtitles would just be stored as a kind of texture file, so that way it's easier to load it up when you switch languages.
Ironically enough, I will say this, Lulu does support Snake and Meryl together more so than the actual canon ship of Meryl and...
Here's the part where he talks about her butt.
But that's her.
Oh, I see. First it's my eyes, now it's my butt. What's next?
She is cheeked up. All cheeked up on a Sunday evening.
I mean, to be fair, it's kind of hard not to notice or stare.
They even make it more clear that Snake is staring while she's bent over.
No progress.
Then again, argument, Metal Gear Solid is full of characters who have very cheeked up.
Yeah, like, the only characters who are booba'd up and have emphasis placed on their boobas are Quiet and, Eva.
Keys from Baker.
Everyone else, it's ass all day.
Card keys.
Technically, Fortune's got honka-donka-badonkas as well, but no emphasis is placed on them.
I was gonna say even Naomi, but then again, Naomi.
I have no idea.
I wanted to go back in time and see her voice actor reading the text.
Oh god.
I heard that Metal Gear is in an underground maintenance base to the north.
But no, I was gonna say, I was gonna assume even Naomi was cheeked up, but then again,
you don't see Naomi in person in Metal Gear Solid 1.
Except in Metal Gear Solid 4, I was saying.
Yeah, she had, she wasn't wearing a bra either, but she was more classy about it because she was wearing a button-up shirt that was unbuttoned enough to give you a look at cleavage. And Rosemary was also booba'd up, and they made an Easter egg where if you shook the PS3 controller, it would make her boobs bounce.
Oh god.
But it's Rosemary, so no one cares, because no one likes Rosemary.
There's only one true good Rosemary, and that one is sitting right next to me.
Yes.
The sacred Rosemary. We do not lewd that Rosemary. Because if someone does, I will destroy.
I hardly ever look at myself in the mirror. I've always despised that kind of woman.
I mean, I don't even know whether or not he would.
I've always dreamed of becoming a soldier.
I don't even know if he would actually know if someone was looting.
He has a sixth sense about it. Have a good night, Rick King.
Let's just say, have a good night, Rick King. And J. Carroll, let's just say this.
You wanted to follow in your father's.
I literally have all the Gardevoirs that I'm protecting in my room right now. And if anyone tried to loot any of them, I would destroy them and then myself. Does that give you any sense?
I thought I was.
Okay, I thought you were talking about someone trying to make lewd art of them. I thought that's what you were talking about.
Oh no, there's no stopping me stopping people of making lewd art of the Gardevoir. I mean, I can't force them to do that. That's on them. I'm just gonna say this: you will live with the people who do that. They will live with the sin for the rest of their days.
I mean, I know.
I can't do much about that.
There's gonna be people who will revel in that.
Oh, I know this for a fact. I already know this for a fact. I've already accepted that for a fact way long. But that doesn't mean... Am I gonna enjoy the looting? No. Am I gonna say the art looks good? Okay, fine.
You lose.
But at the end of the day, like, there's not much I can do about the looting part.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I have to accept. No matter how painful it is.
Unfortunately, it's out of ammo.
Where'd you get that?
I mean,
But that doesn't mean I'm gonna actively attack people.
I found it in the army.
I mean, if anything, it's like the closest I would do to like one of your God of War plushes is just have Rosemary sitting like in a chair or something, and just
so
like kind of like this condescending pose. She's got her legs crossed. She's just like looking. Like
oh no, I wholeheartedly accept that. Like listen closely to what I have to say to you. I wholeheartedly would accept that. I would just have her like sitting in a pose in like one of the computer office chairs with glasses, looking at you and making a meme saying like, "I see what you did there, and I don't approve."
Commander's room on this floor.
I'm just going to throw in here that when Snake said, "Where'd you get that Desert Eagle?" my immediate thought was, it came from the hole.
I mean, I agree. Also, I can't really imagine my God of War Rosemary
Uniform I was wearing.
people because of it, but then again, no. We do not need to give one of my God of Wars a gun.
I know this.
We do not need this.
I'll be point.
I mean, she could probably just use her telekinetic abilities to do that anyway.
Well, look, she wouldn't need that because of the fact that there are multiple ways. Either opening
Psycho Mantis, why are you upside down? I get that you're trying to be spooky, hovering in the background, but why'd you have to be upside down? That just looks goofy.
I mean, to be fair, maybe he wanted to be a vampire. You never. Maybe he wanted to mimic what.
Psycho Mantis, that's cultural appropriation if you're trying to imitate a vampire. That is a racist stereotype that I will be fighting back against.
I mean, even as a Belmont, I kind of would have to agree with Maxine on that one. You're kind of being discriminatory. Look, English sucks. You're just being an asshole here. Stop being a dick.
Right, this is where we get into a point that's going to be harder in the GameCube version because I have to swap between multiple controllers instead of just controller 1 and 2.
No,
if only I had 4. This fight's actually easier if you have 4 controllers.
Yeah, but no. Before this fight, this JKR. 1, Rosemary would just open a black hole on somebody. 2, she could just use hypnosis and literally make them forget how to breathe. And 3, she can just use charm and just tell them, "Hey, get run over by a truck."
So what you're telling me is she can open a hole. You can just open the hole.
Yeah, she can open up a... Well, look at the Pokédex entry.
No, Nico.
I know. She can open up a hole.
She can open up a hole and throw them in the hole.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's where the hole came from.
Yes! The Gardevoirs. They open up a hole. They throw people in the hole if they try to loot them. They close up the hole. Boom, never seen again.
Yeah, but then she unleashes the orbs.
My head. Oh,
yes.
By leaving the hole open too long.
True. Then again, she could just summon Giratina from the hole.
Come here, Snake.
I mean, technically opening up the void opens up the distortion world.
We're getting into dangerous territory here. We're crossing the memes.
I mean, I don't care if we're crossing the memes at this point.
You also gotta deal with the frickin' Void Wolf at that point. Who can...
Well, to be fair... I've already made a canon. What happened? I mean, to be fair...
Way out of anything.
I mean, JKR, to be fair, his Garchomp, I've already made canon for the fact that my Gardevoir and his Garchomp are so close as best friends. All she has to do is open a black hole, summon him, and he's already a descendant of Giratina and a follower of Giratina. That doesn't really matter at this point. Open a black hole, summon Garchomp, profit.
Sorry to interrupt this discussion of the hole and various other things, but as we just saw, apparently one of the effects of having your mind directly controlled by Psycho Mantis is that you get inducted into the Ministry of Silly Walks.
Yeah. Also, the fact apparently Meryl just wants to do Snake under this power and make her very lewd.
The funny thing is, Psycho Mantis is like, that wasn't my own addition. She wants to do that.
Yeah.
I just made her
Which
say
makes
it.
it even funnier.
I just made her say
Which
what
makes
she
it
was
even funnier.
thinking.
Oh God, no! We've already gotten enough into the D&D session, and at that point, I'm not even going to go any further.
All right,
No.
here's where we get into the famous Psycho Mantis.
Okay, go for it.
And we get to see some expanded use of his powers beyond just reading your memory card and making your controller vibrate. Which, if you were using a Wavebird, is really disappointing.
Wait a minute. I have a question. If you're only using one controller,
I'm gonna have to get up
Does
and
Hito
swap back
appear?
and I'm gonna have to swap back and
that's not
forth.
what I mean.
Yeah?
No, that's not what I mean. What I mean is, does Hito appear on the corner of the fucking screen when he does this?
Yes.
Like me.
Good.
Do you like me?
Do you like me? Circle yes or no.
Please don't do that.
What's wrong?
I could already see fucking Varen doing that to Riku, and I don't need that in my head right let alone Vixie doing that to Atox. I don't need this at this point. Please don't.
Okay, so Psycho Mantis keeps his trench coat for longer in the GameCube version.
Really?
Yeah, everyone forgets about his trench
He's
coat.
not just straight up
He's still wearing
bodysuit?
it now.
He's like not straight up bodysuit?
Nope, not yet. Not until he appears in
Okay,
person,
then.
but in that hallucination, he's still wearing the trench coat.
Oh. Well played, sir. Well played.
Also, since you have the Trent gun now, well, fuck you too, Meryl. Since you have the Trent gun now, you don't have to, like, melee her or choke her to knock her out. You can just shoot her with the Trent gun. So there's no
Yeah, but
risk
where's
of
the fun in
accidentally
that?
killing her.
Well, where's the fun in that?
Okay, fine, I'll choke her out. Harder, Snake.
Please don't.
I
Please
wasn't.
don't.
I didn't even make her say that. I didn't. That was all her.
Look, please don't. I already have flashbacks of when Atox had to take that gem out of Vixie's chest, and Vixie literally said, "Dad."
Yeah.
And I don't need that in my life anymore.
I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world.
Okay, prove it.
Also, we got some new portraits in the background of Hideo Kojima.
Josh, I want to hear your memory card info.
Okay.
This is no trick. It's true power.
Okay.
Useless. I told you. I can read your every thought.
Then do it.
Do it, coward.
Fucking read the memory card. Every block. Do it.
Well, fuck you too.
However, you are a skilled warrior. You like brute force. You are extremely cautious around traps. Still don't believe me? Now I'll read more deeply into your soul. I see that you enjoy Nintendo games.
Okay.
Like Silicon Knights games, don't you? So, you like adventure games? Did you enjoy playing Eternal Darkness?
Okay.
Action games? You've been playing Super Mario Sunshine, haven't you?
Super Mario
Okay.
Sunshine.
You have not saved very often. You are somewhat reckless.
What? No Luigi's Mansion?
No, he doesn't have anything for Luigi's Mansion.
I'm disappointed.
Like I
Okay,
said, it's not
whatever.
all it's not all first-party Nintendo titles before this game came out. It's only certain ones.
Okay, still no Luigi's Mansion. I don't care anymore. Go
Yeah.
ahead. Go ahead. I don't care anymore.
Also, at this point where he tells you to lay the controller on the floor, Snake looks at the camera and nods at you to do it.
Put it down as flat as you can.
I would say no Pokemon Coliseum, but then again, Coliseum didn't come out around this time, so...
I'm not gonna lay it down flat, but I am going to let you guys hear some vibrating controller ASMR.
Look, Maxine, I know you like vibrations, but this is ridiculous.
Let her have her fun.
I know. Who am I to deny her fun? Then again, I'm only a guest in her castle. I can't really tell her what she can or cannot do.
Okay, and now the portraits are laughing.
Damn, Hideo Kojima, your balls having a... Why are you having this laugh?
What do you think now? Can you feel my power?
No.
The demonstration is over.
Kind of a poor demonstration.
Now, apparently he's got pyrokinesis too, because he just shot out fire and lit Snake on fire.
Well, okay. Well, okay.
And lit Meryl on fire.
Wow. Okay, no, I'm way too classy to make that kind of joke. You can have your fun. Go ahead, I don't care anymore.
I mean, she always was smoking hot.
Not the joke I was going for,
And
but
so was
okay.
Snake.
Not the joke I was going for, but okay.
Oh, he burnt off the face of one of the guys in the portrait. Ah, it's all back to normal. It was just an illusion.
Wait, which guy did he burn?
I think it was Dennis Dyack, the head of Silicon Knights.
Fair.
Given that he ended up being kind of a scammer. Yeah, there's the Hideo screen.
Can I ask you a question? Is Meryl a redhead in this game still?
She's always been a brunette. It just looked more red in the PS1 version due to engine limitations and color palette limitations of the PS1.
Okay, the joke is dead then. Never mind.
She's not a fiery redhead, no.
Which means she ain't. Okay, never mind. I'm done.
Well, her head's always been more of like a reddish brown, to be fair.
It doesn't matter.
It's just
died.
it leans more brown in this game than it does in other games.
I understand, but that doesn't matter. The joke died.
Also because of you know, differences in color capabilities between the versions. Sniper Wolf no longer has green hair.
Okay.
All right, we gotta call Campbell to
she had
find
green hair.
Yeah, she had the texture for like the color for her hair texture in Metal Gear Solid 1 was more
the first part of that fight.
Yeah, it looks yellow due to the lighting in the version, but it's actually
blonde.
Yeah, she's supposed to be blonde. It looks blonde due to the lighting, but the actual like color that's used for it is like a light green.
Wow.
Mantis, former KGB psychic. He has powerful psychokinetic and telepathic abilities. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, he came to America looking for a job.
Since he has powerful psychokinetic abilities, does that mean
5 years ago,
takes more rounds with a trank gun to defeat him?
No, well, first you have to get around the controller stuff, or you can shoot the masked statue in his room to temporarily break his control.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, since he's very powerful kinesis and psychic abilities in general, I'm assuming...
Look, psychic abilities aren't going to protect you from a tranquilizer making you fall asleep. That's not a psychic ability. That's biological.
No, I'm saying, like, in terms of a mental capacity.
No, he is not. He's not more resistant to tranquilizers.
Okay, then. All right. I wanted to see how far they went with. That's why I asked.
Nah, he's not more resistant to anything that biologically affects him.
Okay, then. I was gonna say, like, how much of a dick is a person gonna be at Nintendo when they're gonna do this kind of shit? Okay.
Nah, they weren't like that. Although, they do offer some new stuff. Like, when Psycho Mantis is, like, if you try and shoot at Psycho Mantis in first person, you'll see things from his, POV.
Okay.
He read your mind with his psychic abilities.
Also, if you die while, in first person, the screen will shatter.
Okay.
That's carried over from Metal Gear Solid 2.
He's using his psychic ability to read your controller's moves.
Okay.
Evading your attack.
Given that this is running in Metal Gear Solid 2's engine.
I was gonna say, they weren't gonna be that deep and just make it be like a reference to Telerobots, or where if they punch you out with the screen, it just goes like that, but never mind.
They also say socket instead of controller port, because technically the GameCube uses a socket, in terms of, like, engineering.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's still a controller port.
This is also going to be a pain in the ass for me, because my GameCube's very particular about what counts as it being plugged in, because the sockets are kind of worn out.
Okay, real talk. What color GameCube do you have?
Purple.
So no spice pumpkin orange, no.
No, I've got the good color GameCube.
I mean, fair.
Also, it's the color that I had as a kid.
Yeah.
So I made sure to pick up a indigo colored GameCube when I bought this one.
Yeah.
I personally possess the silver one.
Yeah, the silver one was like, they claimed the silver one was limited edition. I'm like, limited edition, my ass. That thing was available during the whole GameCube life.
Yeah, I just like it because of, you know, silver being, you know, the color of metal and machinery.
Yeah, it does look very futuristic because you rarely see silver as a color for consoles nowadays.
Yeah.
It's usually either just black or white.
Even though people, for some reason, love the living spice orange. I don't know why.
I don't know why. It's so ugly.
And yet they do. I don't know why, but they just do. But I agree, indigo, purple, and platinum are the two best.
Alright, he's dodging
indigo
me again.
More so than platinum.
Now for some new dialogue.
He's using his psychic ability to read your controller's moves.
Okay. So it's not, is there new dialogue? I thought there was.
Snake, is there any reason you can't use controller socket 3?
Okay, so yeah, he does tell you switch to socket 3.
Then again, Wavebirds are like very fucking expensive. Nobody would expect to actually own one.
I mean, I've got one.
I never did. I wish I did, but I never did. Then again, at the time, I always found it awkward to play it wirelessly when I had a wired controller.
I mean, I had several remotes for my GameCube growing up. Like, I still have my childhood one. Yeah, my family got me the Wavebird. I had I had a third-party one. It was not a Wavebird, but it was like a...
Was it a Mad Catz?
I don't remember, honestly. It was so long ago, I don't remember what kind of... all I know is that it was black, and that apparently I know that one of my friends that came by to visit one time accidentally knocked it off where it was sitting and broke the controller.
I'm sorry to report, Colonel, that I cannot use socket 3 or 4. Those sockets are dead.
Well, you're screwed.
Nope.
Snake, is there any reason you can't use controller socket 3?
Yes, there is. There's hardware reasons why I can't.
Snake.
Colonel.
Colonel.
Colonel, I can't use socket 3. It's broken.
You're not trying hard enough. Sounds like a skill issue. Use socket 3. It's a literal hard skill issue. Use socket 3.
Snake, is there any reason why you can't use control socket 3?
It's a hardware problem, Colonel.
Snake, is there any reason you can't use control socket 3?
It's a literal hardware problem. If you ask me this shit again, I am going to you.
Snake, is there any reason why you can't use control socket 3?
Okay, fuck you. Why do I see that being part of a very good series? I don't know why. I don't know why. I can just see someone doing that art, and it would just be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm going to have to die and restart, because if you use the controller socket method, I forgot, if you use the controller socket method before using the statue method, you're locked out of using the statue method.
Well,
oof.
He just killed me with a portrait of Dennis Dyack.
Well,
wow.
Not big surprise.
But yes, there is a reason I can't use controller socket 3. Controller sockets 3 and 4 are dead.
I mean, Death by Meryl would have been a lot better, but okay.
I didn't even get to that phase.
Oh. Yeah, fuck you, Psycho Mantis.
Don't fuck Psycho Mantis.
Don't fuck Psycho Mantis.
I don't want
I've told
to.
you what's down there.
Snake.
Okay, so he's just not going to let...
Not gonna let you?
Yeah, because he's still telling me, is there a reason you can't use controller socket 3? Yes, there is!
Can I ask you something? How far back did you save?
Never.
Yeah, Snake. Mantis actually called her out on that.
Yeah, he called me out for not saving often.
Wow.
I can save mid-fight and then reload it.
Would that even remotely work?
Yes.
Snake, are you okay?
I'll save over my last save from 2022 that was in this same room.
Come on, Snake, you can do it.
And now...
Place your bets, folks.
Soft reset.
Why is the fact that I can't ever unhear the end of the GameCube sound being an explosion every time that happens?
Because that's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's 9 times out of 10 what happens because everyone likes to meme that.
Yep. And then we'll load this back up. Literal technical difficulties, folks. There's nothing I can do about this unless I send in my GameCube to get repaired, which I don't have the money for.
Oh, I mean, I have a GameCube. I can literally just send that to you.
Does it have a digital out port?
No.
Then that will not help
that's
me.
Unfortunate.
Because I need one that does. Basically, is it one of the ones that can use the component cables?
Also, Psycho? No. Oh, wait,
Okay.
what video cable?
The
What video
component
cable?
cables.
As in RGB?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Okay. Not like the cables that come with the GameCube. The ones you had to special order. They're like $300 or more now.
Okay, no, fuck that.
I have
Wait,
the cables.
Are you talking about like the red, white?
No, like, you know, the red, blue, green, and then the other red and white.
You are fucking. You are okay. One, I'm fucking mad at you for that one because I used to have that cable on me, but unfortunately, unfortunately, that my brother had to fucking take that cable from me, and then later on in life had to sell it because he had to sell his GameCube so he can appease his damn new girlfriend. Fuck.
But yeah, those cables go for like upwards of $300 depending on their condition.
I have an HDMI converter for that if you want it.
Yeah, because I'm not asking if you have the cables. I'm asking if you have the port that if you have a GameCube that has a port that those cables plug into. Otherwise, I'm shit out of luck.
Then no.
Then that GameCube will not work.
Both of you, calm the fuck down. It's not...
Look, I can just hit up Stone Age Gamer and be like, hey, can you do some, work with... Can you, fix the controller sockets in this? Because that's the only thing wrong with it. I have the component cable. I have third-party component cables. They're not of the same quality as the official Nintendo ones, but, you know, I make do with what I can get, because I'm not spending hundreds of dollars for some cables.
Also, I just realized something. Psycho Mantis is an asshole. Ah, you play Super Mario Sunshine. I'm gonna light you on fire.
Yeah. Snake. Oh my god, he's still saying it!
Wow, are you really soft-locked?
Am I soft-locked?
I think
are you really?
Yeah. I think the answer is a resounding yes.
Oh my god.
Wow. So it's either you have to do a completely entire new game, find a way around the shit, which looks like you might have to start a whole entire new game. That sucks. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that is complete bullshit.
Yes.
Only done in by a fucking hardware problem. Wow.
Yeah, done in by, you know, nearly 30-year-old hardware. Who'd have thunk?
I mean, that or Psycho Mantis that, and also Psycho Mantis calling you out because you saved. So I don't know whose fault is it. I don't know whose fault is it at this point.
You know what? Somehow this is Miles' fault.
You know who I blame? I don't blame Miles. You know who I blame?
Red herring?
I blame Fur.
I was gonna say it was either Miles or Ferd at this point, but then again, what would be funnier?
Both? Both. Both is good.
Actually, Miles is having a concussive problem right now. I don't want.
Yeah, nah. Miles had nothing to do with this. It was all Fur's fault.
Okay, for once in this situation, I will agree with you. For once.
It's true.
What do you mean for once?
And he just said it. It's true. And look, he just said it. It's true.
A psychic soldier, yes. Although they won't admit it, many countries...
It's not a psychic soldier! It's the damn GameCube's problem!
There is a wide range of...
Yeah, when I revisit this game in future streams, because it looks like I'm kind of forced to stop here. I will I'll be playing on Dolphin, because in that one I know I won't be done in by controller socket problems.
Watch him do the same thing again.
It will just be a bitch and a half to switch controller ports.
I mean, either that or plug in multiple controllers in each port.
No, I mean, since it's an emulator, you have to go into the you have to go into the menu and change what controller
swap
port.
to socket to which port.
Yeah, I've done it in Dolphin before in a playthrough when I was doing the repainted run. It's a pain in the ass, but
also real talk. Why the fuck does Psycho Mantis sound like real?
I just thought
real talk.
I have a Nintendo Wii. I could just use that.
Yes. Also, real talk. Why the fuck does Psycho Mantis sound like King Boo when he's laughing? Why the fuck?
I mean, he is spooky.
He is spooky.
We're gonna have to stop here also because we've been going for about 4 hours and it's almost midnight.
Fair.
Yeah, I want to try and fix that assignment before midnight here.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Lulu wants to...
We'll continue this.
So,
we'll continue this sometime soon on the Wii rather than the GameCube. So not 100% authentic original hardware, unfortunately. Until I can get these issues with my GameCube's controller sockets fixed. The port 1 socket's also kind of fucky because I have to like shove the controllers in like a specific angle in there for it to register that's plugged in. Otherwise, it thinks there's no controller plugged in. Weirdly, port 2 is just fine.
Okay, Psycho Mantis, you win this round.
Psycho Mantis, you win this round.
Oh yeah.
We will be back.
And we're going to be raiding Cloud Sato, playing Hades 2.
Nice.
Should we give him a raid message, or are we just gonna say screw it?
No raid message, because I have to pee. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Fair.
Thank you to my co-host for joining me. Give Cloud Salto my warmest welcomes. I'll see you guys tomorrow night with the anniversary stream. Until then, unpleasant dreams.
Let's go.
No outro tonight, because I have to go. Good night, everybody.
I'm out. Bye.
Yep. See ya.